Hello, my people. Welcome back to the Malam Go podcast, guys. You are the best. You are the best. Thank you so much for always watching the show, commenting on the show, sharing the show, especially on social media, for the rest of the guys to join. So keep doing it. Subscribe to the pod, follow us, like it, put on the notification bell. Once we drop the episode, be the first to know. I'm here with the guys, with Achu, Danny K, and Christopher Nimley. Guys, this week has been giddy on the TL. giddy on the timeline on social media. Global.
The biggest winner was Nimley. His entrance. Dwala.
Bro, I missed that episode, bro. I missed it. But yeah, we do stick to our words. Frenchie is not here today. He knows that if he came, coach will still be here because Chelsea lost them again.
Yes. And in fact, this weekend, if Chelsea lose
again,
friends will come.
He'll stay out.
Nimley will host the Chelsea conversation.
He'll stay out. Dwala.
You guys Tosi. They do one for them. Tosi,
you know what I like? Fetch will say, oh, coach will say, wait, touch the camera and say,
That's my part. He said delete his introduction.
Delete all his introduction.
Modify his introduction.
Well, guys, so we started today's conversation from, by the way, thank you all for your messages that keep coming through to us. We appreciate, we love it. Some of you also keep posting some of our memorable moments, cutting the short clips and posting on social media. There's this guy who posted a short clip of us on social media.
He does that all the time.
And many people then came to ask,
yeah,
Charlie, when did they do this show for? Like, then we go drop the link. Then people, they come and Charlie, enjoy it. Charlie, you be hard, guys. So please keep sharing it. We'll start from Champions League tonight. We'll talk about what we saw over the midweek, because we've seen the Champions League games. There were some notable games. I'll run through the scoreline and then we'll pick and choose the games that I know most of you want to hear us speak about. So, Kairat Albati and Olympiacos ended 1-0 to Olympiacos. Bayern Munich beat Sporting Lisbon by 3-1, coming down from a goal. And then Union Saint-Gilloise lost to Marseille by 3-2. It was former Man United players Greenwood who got a brace in that game. Monaco saw of Galatasaray by 1-0. To be honest, since Pogba came to or returned to football and played for Monaco, it's not like he's played every game, but since he came, their results are some way. They are looking good. Yeah. I don't know how, but Naneke go like chipping son to Bagosi. Tottenham Hotspur beat Slavia Praha by 3-0. Ganes Mohamed Kudus scored and sat on his chair. PSV lost to Atletico Madrid by 3-2. Atalanta 2, Chelsea 1. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 1. Szoboszlai from the spot kick. Barcelona from a goal down 1 by 2-1. Villarreal lost 3-2 to Copenhagen at home. And then finally, Ajax have won a game in the Champions League this season by beating Karabakh by 4 goals to 2. It was a very difficult win for them. In fact, they were losing in the game. Then Leverkusen and Newcastle, what a game that was. 2-2. Dortmund 2, Bodo Glimt 2. Napoli lost again in the Champions League, this time to Mourinho's Benfica. Juventus beat Pavos by 2-0. Atletico Bilbao and Paris Saint-Germain ended goalless disappointingly for the champions of the Champions League. And Arsenal, Madueke's Arsenal 3 and Club Brugge 2. Real Madrid at home lost to Pep Guardiola's Man City by 2-1. Gentlemen, where do we start from? Let's start from the Chelsea game, obviously. It's 4 games now without a win for them. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, that last victory for them came against that Barca game. Yeah. And coach, since then, they've not been the same. Yeah. What do you think is accounting for it?
Wow, I don't know, but you see, to be very sincere, it has to do with the way the manager is thinking through the situation. I think last week we sat here, we did agree on the fact that, yes, of course, the rotation was necessary. He cannot say he will stick to the same 11 or 12 maximum 13, 14 players in 1 month, because it was established that I think they will be playing 9 games in 30 days.
But is that not why they build the squad they build with the money they spend?
No, they've spent a lot of money.
But they've not built a squad for that.
The depth of the squad is not the same. It's clearly not the same, because I've always said that I don't know the depth they were thinking of building, for which Raheem Sterling cannot be part of the depth. I completely disagree. When I look at the team Chelsea have got,
Disasi,
the tried and those that the manager truly believes in. You take that 15 players out of the equation. The others, so they are telling me, or they're telling the whole world, including those who support them, that Raheem Sterling is just not good enough to be a team player of this Chelsea.
They are saying it's not good enough. It's not better than Getsons. It's not better than Garnacho, and essentially that's what he said.
That's why it is shocking. That is why it is indeed shocking.
They are saying Tosin is better than.
Not that he's not good
Disasi.
enough. He's not even good enough to be a rotational option.
You see, for a team that lacks proper experience, I think you put Raheem Sterling in this team. He's the most experienced player.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
He is.
One more than all of them.
I've never look. I don't know, but maybe it's from the owners trying hard just to get him out of the paybook, and then try and take that amount of money that he takes every week
away from their books. But as we speak, they are still paying the money.
They are still paying the man. So you get him to play, because at the end of the day, you are losing. You are losing by paying him. You are losing by not getting him to play for you. So what at all are you getting from him? Nothing. So if you look at the Chelsea team, after beating Barcelona, they've lost 3 games and they've drawn 1. I stand to be corrected on this.
Yeah.
Leeds, Atalanta, they lost both.
They lost to Leeds.
Lost to Atalanta.
And then they drew to.
They drew to Bournemouth goalless.
Okay.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
So 1 lost 2, drawn 2. The football has not been properly coordinated. It's like anytime he effects any form of changes, whether based on rotation before the game or during the game, the team
suffers for it.
And I look at the coach and I was asking myself, or I've been asking myself, what at all does he want? For example, in that game against Atalanta, it was 1-1. At the point, they had as many as 9 defenders on the pitch. 9 defenders on the pitch. When I say defenders, players whose major attribute is to tackle and win the ball. And once they win the ball, they don't know what to do unless they pass. They cannot take on any player from the opponent. And if that is what you were doing, then you should bring in players whose IQ will match up to whatever you demand of them. So when he introduced Olugbemito Tosin Adebirayo, oh Charlie. I was watching the game with the Chelsea supporter. The moment he saw the guy, Coach you. So now when they see him, as a matter,
but it happens.
So you look at the foul he committed. What is this guy thinking about? That foul was what resulted in the goal.
You know what? It's funny. Somebody posted the tweet where when Fabrizio Romano posted that Chelsea had agreed a deal to sign Tosin. If you go and read the comments, so the boys were like, what a signing. Thiago Silva replacement. The defense is settled. Fofana can decide not to return.
Unicorn.
That's for unicorn, it's Badashile.
Look, he cannot run, he cannot tackle, he cannot pass. All the major attribute of what a center back is supposed to be. The man has completely forgotten about all of them. So I asked myself, Enzo Maresca, what are you actually thinking about?
Because it's almost like, it's almost like anytime Chelsea, it's been 2 seasons now, anytime Chelsea look like they are just about to touch the top, they crumble.
Yes.
And 4 weeks ago, or after the Barca game, Chelsea looked like they could, get closer to Arsenal, get closer to the Premier League, get closer to Arsenal in being proper title contenders.
Yes.
And from that point on, they've been slipping away.
Yes. And another very important, you see, I said this at the beginning of the team. I don't know whether you guys have noticed that. As the game gets closer to the end, their work rate just tends towards dip.
Fitness issue.
the guy who scored the winning goal for Atlanta, he said it.
Yes.
Charles
Yeah, the
Leclerc.
Catalan. Yeah.
He said they knew that in the second half Chelsea will fade.
They'll fade.
was- I
That's
was-
why. That's why, Brobe. Hold on, with this guy
Yes.
the massage.
Yes. Scientific.
And it was the same Nimli's friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tosin.
yeah.
Tosin.
I don't know, but they played the most games last season. If you look at the Premier League games, the knockout competition, the conference.
Coach, that one, they were using two teams,
No, see,
two separate
I'm
teams.
coming. They were using two teams, but even that, it got to a 10. It got to a stage. They stopped using two teams.
Only the final.
When they, I think, in the semi-finals and the
Well,
finals.
well,
But then when they
maybe.
went to the World Club Championship,
Yes, so yes, it stretched them. Yeah, true.
and they didn't. I think they rested for only 2 weeks.
Yeah,
They didn't get the mandatory 6
Preseason,
weeks of
yeah,
rest. though.
true.
They didn't get it. Then the season started. So they were using their first 5 games as preseason.
Yeah.
But because you've not rested as you should,
To catch up with you.
it will catch up with you. And in their last 3 games, it's been very clear. So I'm not surprised the Atalanta player who scored the winning goal passed the comment that they knew that if they keep the tempo of the game at a certain intensity, somewhere in the second half, the Chelsea guys would not be
crumble.
able to cope.
Mm.
And that was exactly what happened. Because in that last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe, I don't know whether that was what informed the coach's decision to make sure he get more players that will
Commitment.
repel the attack that was supposed to come on them.
Mm.
Unfortunately, he had to fall on my friend Tosin
Tosin.
Aderobiu, and then the foul he committed. Look, I didn't understand. And while I was watching it, the moment he committed the foul, I told the guy that this boy is a goal. And the guy said, Coach Akwe Obekunye, Coach Akwe Obekunye. Look, the moment the guy just walked out, he said, he won't watch the game again. He cannot spend his time and be watching Tosin. But for me, I don't want it to be about Tosin. I want it to be about the
In the
entire
general,
team itself.
yeah.
and the technical bench. I think what they need to do is to eat humble pie. Look, they've eaten it before on Chaluba. You remember when they sent him to
on loan
Crystal
to
Palace?
Palace and then they
They
recalled him.
eventually went back, pleaded with him, and recalled him.
Paid money to recall him.
Paid
Or there were no
money.
penalties. There was a penalty, I think. I think there was a
Yeah,
penalty
they
for
had
the
to.
yeah.
So
Because it was
players
mid-season.
players like Disasi, players like Raheem Sterling, they may not be good, but Disasi is better than Tosin Aderobiu.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell
It's
me
shocking.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Disasi is far better than Tosin Aderobiu. Raheem Sterling can make an impact in this team.
I mean, I think look, Raheem Sterling, that's for Raheem Sterling. Nobody
How
can
is
convince me
Raheem
that Garnacho and Gittins are better footballers
How
than
is
Raheem
Raheem
Sterling.
Sterling?
He can have his
30
own
years?
bad spells, but he can't tell me.
Actually, Serge, how old is Raheem Sterling?
Sterling, no, you don't go like that.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
31.
Maybe 30, 31.
The issue is that he's been around for so long a time.
So you think,
yes,
but he
because
started
I think he
at
made
a
his
very
Premier League
tender
debut in
age.
2010.
When he was, I think, 16, 17 years.
Yes,
16, 17 years. He's won everything. At least his presence. Get the young boys to work for him and let him bring his experience to bear on the team.
Mm.
You are not ready to do that. Now, very soon, like we are seeing in the output of some of the players, like the Argentine boy, Enzo, Rich James, can he cope with the number of games? No. So what
Sterling
are you
is
like?
31.
Look at that.
He was
How can you
31 this
retire?
week.
How can you retire 31 year old?
Yeah, Man City
December
wish him happy
is-
birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you retire
About
at
the Chelsea
31 year old?
I didn't see.
Because that's the time City wished him. I had not seen
You didn't
Chelsea.
see
Yes.
him.
How can you retire at 31 year old?
Yeah.
Thinking that players who are still learning on the job are better than him. Look, they will lose more. They will lose more games just because of the level of unfairness that they are showing to some of their players. And that is going to have a negative impact on the team. Was I surprised they lost to Atlanta? No, I knew they would lose the game.
Yeah, we all.
I knew it.
I
That they
see
would
we
lose.
don't knew.
Yeah, I told somebody that they will lose. In fact, if Fent was here, he would attest. That morning, I called him that you are not hosting the program. On Thursday, right?
That boy don't come no.
I told him, you are not hosting the program.
He
on
will come
Thursday."
for you
He
to
said,
embarrass him.
Why am I saying so? I said, Atlanta will
You
beat your team now.
lose. In
So
fact,
please.
I watched the game with Fentu. After the game, you should see Fentu's face.
Yes.
Trokan. Even Bassa.
Charlie, that's what
I mean, Enzo Maresca has to find something. He has to, it's like he almost plays his best team or his best players available, yet it's not like he's dropping. Okay, Caicedo wasn't available because of the record.
It's the mix.
But it's not like he's dropping.
The players, they are almost on the same level.
Yeah, that's
Like
like
take out the midfield. Caicedo, Enzo. In fact,
Enzo Sef.
Caicedo, different level. Rich James, different level. Kopama, different level. But that's how every other team is. You by all means have some 2-3 players who are on a different level, top class players. The rest of them will compete for places. The thing is, Chelsea, no, almost said they spoiled the team. Even the mentality of the team. When they beat Barcelona, we praise them for those one-offs. As for that one, it's been in the Chelsea DNA since.
Even after this defeat, if they meet a Bayern or a Barca or Madrid, they'll can turn up. Yeah.
They'll turn up. But consistency has also been a mark of a Chelsea team.
Yeah.
Like Chelsea, although like every other team in the Premier League, but when the picks is picking and they are going, Chelsea were never scared of the possibility of going top or taking advantage of a rival.
They relish this moment.
This is back-to-back seasons, so around the same time.
Yeah. December.
Last season, December, win against Everton, go top of the Premier League, and they had a nice round of fixtures. Fulham, they do all parts.
They bombed all.
They went bombed all at the end of the season. They took last day to qualify for Champions League. Again, you beat Barcelona, use momentum, go and face your title rivals, draw the game. At that point, it was 6 points. Then look at the fixtures you have after that.
Leeds United.
Very winnable games. Leeds and Bournemouth, who had lost 4 games in a row. Leeds too had lost 4 games in a row. That's 6 points for you, and by this time, you are 2 points behind Arsenal. Look at City have taken advantage. Aston Villa, who are in relegation zone in the first 2 or 3 games of the season.
First 6 matches.
Yeah, because
They have not scored a goal in their first 4 games.
Yeah.
They have not won a game in their last 5 games.
Five.
No, they have not scored a goal in their first 4, but they have not won a game in their first 5.
And now they are 3 points behind the team that the whole of Europe is looking at as the standard. Chelsea know they try. And I'm surprised. See, this thing is all transfers. As you are buying, that's why this young player thing. When you are buying, there needs to be a good mix for squad development. You may not plan to play these big figures throughout the season major, but there's a reason why Kroos and Modric spent 2 or 3 extra seasons in Madrid.
Yep.
On paper, a player like Modric, they didn't necessarily need him in the last 2 years.
That he was around.
But he was around because as the new guys are building, they are learning off. And it's not just about the football. Up here too, what it means to play for Madrid. So right now, yes, Madrid lost their game. But those dying minutes, there was some fight, there was some energy, there was some that never said that attitude will not slack. But for Chelsea back in the day, when they smell blood, bugger,
They'll sip it.
when you go drop points, we know we are dead.
You're
No
dead. You're
matter
done.
who Chelsea is playing,
They'll kill them.
They'll kill them because they smell blood and do attack. But this time around, it's like they can only play when the big teams come around. And that's, to be frank, that's proper small team mentality. Like typical small team mentality. When you meet your mates, you can't sit up. But when the big boys come, you remember back in the day, Tottenham Hotspur, when they were trying to rub shoulders with it. In fact, they are still trying, but right now the PR is better. Back in the day when they were trying to rub shoulders with, don't sit to do when they meet some big team.
Or when there's a pressure game where they need to win and do something.
Alan Fad used Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
Charlie, it's not Chelsea. This is not Chelsea. It's not even making it funny again. Like
But
you want them to do well so that when you are doing against, it's nice. Now it's not even funny.
no, but at what point do we say
Do you remember the point at which, I don't know whether I saw Malo Gusto playing as a striker somewhere in the 18 box.
This guy was playing.
What is that?
Midfield.
And I was asking myself, hey, Maresca,
Cucurella in midfield.
you be a course there.
Fluid.
Actually, let me bring you in. We spoke about Estevao. Coach said that we shouldn't even try
They are damaging
and compare
the boys' morale.
the boy to Lamine Yamal. We said the boy was talented and everything. Since that Barca game, whenever he started any other game, You know, the seat up. And of course, he didn't start in the Champions League game against Atalanta. But does Maresca still have to manage him like he was doing before this game? Or he's still ready to be starting games and starting and learn on the job and learn on the job? OBS into also no yawa.
There is that. But it's England he's playing. They can kill your career even before.
And it's Chelsea.
Not so much that it's a Chelsea, because ideally you would give him some consistent run of games just so he gets used to the Premier League, so that what he did in that Leeds United game, it doesn't repeat itself. As a winger, you have to get used to, or as someone who dribbles, you have to get used to close contacts, annoying, provocative close contacts that is intentioned to get you off your game and be able to withstand that provocation. Because when you have the ball, you will dish out your fair share by the nature of how you dribble.
Yeah.
Sometimes how you try to bait the referee into showing a red card or a yellow card for the slightest of contacts. So at this point, those are some of the things he needs to get used to, because in the Premier League, the game is a bit more physical. He's not going to learn by sitting on the bench. When it comes to wingers, I don't believe, and forwards, and your playmakers, maybe for other aspects, for a midfielder and for a defender, maybe the orientation may be different, because you want to sit back and look at how the winger on the side you are coming to play attacks, whether he likes to hold the width, how he moves in 1v1, whether he wants to wait for you to misstep before he commits himself. Or if you are a midfielder, you want to observe the game and see where the space is, where you need to, the distance between yourself and your holding midfielder, and what it means when the opponent has the ball, all of those things. But for the winger, the game depends on you. For a playmaker, you are the one doing the damage. So my belief is that for someone like him, he will need consistent game time. Unfortunately, he's been thrown into the Chelsea team at a time when he will not be allowed to make repeated mistakes. So if he gets 50 minutes and it is not happening for him, Maresca is already thinking about a substitution. And what that means is that the next game, Maresca is not thinking about starting him. So if you look at how Maresca has managed him in the past 5 or 6 weeks, that has been it. If the team had set, if for example they had won 3 games and then a draw, this will be the perfect period for Esther to get some consistent games, because it's December.
Yeah.
They are playing between 9 to 11 games. If you stretch it back to the last week in November, from that period until early January, and there are a lot of games. And this will be the period where the manager should trust that he can drop his first choice right winger, give him a consistent run of games. So not necessarily 10 games, but between 5 to 6 games of getting a minimum of between 60 to 70 minutes each game.
Yeah.
I mean, for a new signing, it is the least you can give them. And see if he can build some synergy with the right back, because unlike Brazil, where he was playing, at Chelsea, he will be required to put in defensive shifts.
Yeah.
That is something he's never done in his life. So there is that aspect of the trait that he also needs to learn. And again, all of those are things that nothing will prepare you better for than real game time. Because maybe the team is creating overloads on one side, but on that same team, they have a certain trend or a midfielder who can switch play. And so the coach constantly will expect that the spacing between you and the right back should be between maybe 35 and 40 yards when the ball is on the other side. The moment it comes into midfield, maybe he will expect that draw closer or tuck into midfield a bit and let the right-sided midfielder close to the right back push there. But all of those are things that, and yeah, no, those are not things you teach on a tactical board, because when the whistle goes and the match starts, things will change. Players are going to make movements that the team or the manager has not accounted for. There are aspects that Estevao needs to learn by himself. And those are things he will only learn if he's playing. So I feel something has to give. Between now and here's the thing. There are 2 wingers on the opposite side. Pedro is better than them. Pedro Neto is better. So Chelsea have more to gain if you put Pedro Neto there, and give Esther a consistent run of games on the right side, because reality is this. He has a higher ceiling than Garnacho. He has a higher ceiling. As for the Gatons, I don't even rate him.
I mean, this guy.
Don't mind him.
I tell him say the boys shine. So get it. What's so stupid?
Challenge.
Get it. I know I'm
Challenge.
Onyazio.
I know get it so.
Wingers who don't produce.
Settle. You know settle.
Wingers
Then
who
he never
don't
settled for a life inside before. But not most time they know the boy anything.
Oh, but not more last.
Oh,
I need to bail him out.
first part of the last
First
season.
half, you've tried.
Why? When first half didn't play.
Second half, then the pressure plenty.
Oh, Basa.
But the boy be bowler.
See, we will not see.
I said I know I'm
It's the
getting
idea of him, not the reality of him.
bro. The idea of him is no good.
Yeah. So I would rather see Pedro Neto on the left, Estevao getting a consistent run on that right side. He will make mistakes. He's young. How old is he? He will make those mistakes. But he has shown that, Charlie, when he picks, there is a certain quality there. Now, on
the game. On the game.
You just see Gittins way.
On the game and Chelsea struggles there. But I don't want
See, like, if you talk through it, like Gittins, they go work up.
Ahead of.
But in
Are you
ceiling high pass goalie.
Which
You
ceiling?
make serious.
Get it in ceiling. You know the
Gittins like for goals from Newcastle, that kind of team so.
And that be level.
And that be level. So if I go play.
The back say for go Newcastle, that be level.
No, I'm supposed to say, get consistent play.
No, he level
That be level. So if
Estecam Chelsea.
But Gordon, they play England from Newcastle.
But that be
So
going
maybe
in level.
go there.
And that be
Maybe go
level.
there.
Chelsea.
Look,
Get it in ceiling. You know they reach this one.
oh, Boga, the lights are far.
I know they get it in ceiling this so.
The
Oh,
lights
make
are
it.
far.
Check like
But you will be winger. If them pass the ball to you, defender confront you, know.
What's
back pass.
stupid.
Then
Get it.
then back pass.
We are okay. As he started first.
Oh, Boga.
My
Get
player,
it.
me,
See,
my player.
get it.
Then I give up for my players. If you want to pay where I give up for.
Me vibes rough. Get it.
Anthony's really high pass get his ass.
But Anthony the ball was through.
I don't know joke.
In the ball.
Hey,
Anthony.
Anthony's
Oh,
silly
Boga.
higher pass getings.
Oh, you make me do so. Make me do so.
But
Getings.
Anthony were the win.
You know, they call him Jamie. No, Jamie Getings. Oh, no, that is.
Jamie Bino.
Onyazio.
I don't wonder if you talk about that Getings. That one asking me the
You
Jamie.
know, the one he played for Dortmund.
Coach.
Yeah. Chelsea go back.
Onyazi.
Oh, Wasan.
See, two players to Chelsea by we are laugh. This last summer, Jamie then had to.
Why you laugh? Yeah, they can't ask you why you laugh. Where you laugh?
You go where
Actually, you are going to say something.
See,
Actually, on the game. Let's do that one.
Not just the game, because I've already said they've dug a pit for themselves. Earlier this week, there is a reportage from the New York Times that the whole rotational policy, it is a club policy that everybody for plays up. So Maresca,
One Chendi.
Who put that out there?
yeah, it was on the New York Times that inside sources at the end.
But if you do it in the lies.
They have overdone it.
As they write, they talk to sources in the club who do not want to disclose for relationship purposes. They talk that thing.
Anonymity. Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. Then the lies
Anonymity.
stupid.
But you see, they have overdone it because
But that's why I believe it.
I was looking at the numbers and Charlie, they've gone too far. Maresca has made 119 changes to the starting 11 in just 23 matches. 119.
Say that again.
Yes. 119 changes to the starting 11 in just 23 matches. So almost every position he has touched it.
No.
Almost every position he has touched it.
It's not Maresca. That's a consequence of building a squad where the
Where
players
all the
are all
levels
on
are
the
the
same
same.
level.
And so like you said, the inconsistencies sort of necessitate for
Yes,
some
and
of
they'll
these
all
things.
be inconsistent because they are all young.
You see, that means we're talking about an average of 5 changes per game.
And that why you do it then. A champion go play, so then tossing go shine, but I still go play.
Aha.
The unicorn go come pass inside.
Yes.
Then
Yes. Now, in terms of
then Magui to go come from true.
then the evil
How the guy
Saka,
get a unicorn?
I will tell you the backstory.
then evil Saka to go can't get.
It was like
Look, in terms of substitutions, so the first one was changes. In terms of substitutions, Chelsea have clocked 101 now. If you add what happened in the
Champions League.
Atalanta game, 100, that's an average of more than 4 changes per game.
But that one really tires.
That's an average of more than
Look at those.
4 changes per game. All of this to say that this is why Chelsea are inconsistent.
I agree.
Yes, because
I
you
agree.
don't see any any consistency in terms of the lineup. So players are not building synergies on the pitch. Cohesiveness is taking forever to arrive at. Because today, this right back plays with one winger on that flank. Within 2 weeks, he's played with both of the options on that side. And then until Palmer's injury, the midfield combination. Today you would see one of Enzo and then Caicedo. Now, since Palmer's injury, the team has gravitated towards captain and then Caicedo. So consistently, Chelsea and Enzo has been making changes that have not allowed the team to settle. What that also means is that they should have more mileage. That is why the idea that Chelsea don't have legs, and teams have now figured out that when you go into games in the second half of matches, they will fade, is unacceptable. Because if you are making a lot of changes, presumably, then the boys are getting rest.
They are resting
It's not
more.
fading, no.
That they cannot keep up with the
mentally,
intensity.
they are not awake. So they switch off.
But it's also,
They are young
I also
players.
think that it's also because there are some untouchables in the team because of how good they are. Kukurea will always play because Hato Nonyade. Caicedo will play because Lavia is always injured and Andre Santos can replace him. And Enzo Fernandez will always start. But I don't think he's a player who has a lot of stamina. Even when he has, if Enzo doesn't play football for 1 month and he comes the next month and he's rested, after
So
70
Obebre.
minutes, Obobo has one main. So that be how he did. He be baller by get stamina issues. And then
With James.
and maybe now Rich James. And these are very important players to the team. So even when they make the changes around them, the engine of the team, and because Enzo too most of the time is playing 90 minutes, 80 minutes and things, it also maybe accounts for the fact that getting to the latter stages of the game. Because if Garnacho has energy, if Gittins has energy, so or if the ball gets to Estevao, they go free worry you.
Yeah.
And then my centre backs too, it doesn't matter who is on fresh or who is not on. Them on the sit
It seems like if the name, no, they can't.
Jamie.
Yeah.
No, but
Oh, you don't say Jamie be
But-
name Jamie. James St. Patrick's. Jamie.
Charlie,
Yeah.
no, but namely in friend, Enzo needs to do something about it because look, these days you can actually tell when teammates have the ball and he is the only free man.
They
They're
don't even
reluctant
pass the ball to him.
him.
Olugbemito.
Toss him.
Why is Buonanotte?
Yeah, where is he? He had
No, I don't think so.
because he for the play.
No, yeah.
You know the funny thing?
Yeah.
Another player Chelsea shouldn't have sold maybe.
Is the Portuguese boy.
Renato Vega. So let me make that
Yeah,
too.
he shouldn't have. at
Renato
all.
Vega and Drisbury Hall.
Oh, this boy like no play.
He should play.
I think by now he
Because
would have
look,
played.
imagine a Chelsea midfield. Imagine a Chelsea midfield.
That Everton, the boy they play for Everton.
Yeah.
You know, you see
You
some
won't get that
players,
problem
some
at
players, no,
Chelsea.
no,
Wait, imagine in the period where Enzo no day, Kopama no day, Drisbury Hall,
But that's
Fernandez. Oh, last in the Kopama they play.
He's not injured. Bonanote is not injured.
So
I just
imagine-
know
So why
He's
not the play?
So imagine,
the last time Maresca said he's quote working well, and his omission from the squad is a selection decision.
This man they will sack him.
imagine him, Drisbury Hall,
Maresca will permanent player.
Caicedo, and then Fernandez in the midfield three. In times like this, where you're not playing well, you just need solidity.
You go make Fernandez.
Or when Fernandez is playing tired, you can even take him off and bring him on. Like because he had only played one season. And to be fair, whenever they play in the conference league or the cups, he was their best midfielder.
You are on the.
He was their best. So again, they're looking at making
But
profit.
everybody ball up for conference league. Everybody.
Well, into all.
Everybody-
Anyway, let's move on from Chelsea. Let's talk about
the cap with the sound guy. The way he did
Christmas camp. Are you fool?
I think I die you dey laugh like that.
What a TV.
The guy doesn't even know you're talking about.
I don't understand why the lights they on.
Hey, throw give me, make I show them what they were. Throw give me.
The guy he won't chop Christmas. You mean the Christmas? The lights they on.
The guy called some Lille just some few minutes before the program.
Yes.
Why the lights
Oh, but it be the Lille bring him.
So dedicate this people dedicate the sound guy they wear away. Dedicate they laugh out.
Oh. Why the lights they on?
Why the lights over there on?
But
Why don't
why
they
you
kill
be
me?
inside?
In the way that when he makes serious, they do something. When he want to.
The thing they do what?
Ready. That again, it ain't crazy. So let's talk about the Man City game, coach. Let me come back to you on the Man City game. Hey, Joe, here. Let me talk about the Man City game, coach. What did you make of the game?
I don't know, but before the game, I listened to the two managers, and I was interested in what Pep Guardiola would say. And based on what he said, I wanted to see some few things. He was of the view that he was going to the most difficult venue in the Champions League, not having
For him, there will be.
Yeah,
The things is going through there.
yeah, not
Soon
having,
catch up.
in his view, not having the level of experience that he had some few
The
years
squad.
ago, where he mentioned De Bruyne, Gundogan, John Stones, Rodri, and those guys. He felt that his team is more handicapped going into such an atmosphere, and he was hoping that the new guys like the left
Ryan Cherky,
fullback, O'Reilly, Cherky, and those
Matheus
guys
Nunes.
will go there, and the atmosphere would not suppress them not to deliver. So when the game started, if you realize, it took them close to 20 minutes
Yeah.
before they actually believed
In fact, they scored from their second shot on target.
exactly.
Their first shot on target was the header that Courtois parried back, and then O'Reilly scored from the second.
And when the game was ongoing, I was telling us in that first 10, 15 minutes, I think Real should have scored 2 goals.
Hey, quick.
They should have scored quick 2 goals.
Vinicius Junior.
And they had a chance.
They had a chance.
Vinicius
So-
chance that he lobbed.
Yes.
He loved
They
the
should have
keeper.
scored 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. And I'm not sure if they had done that, Man City would have
They
recovered.
didn't saw Mbappe.
Because the supporters at the Bernabeu would have just bought into the
Yeah.
proceedings and created
And the lack of experience that Pep was talking about would have really come to the fore.
have come to the fore.
Mm.
But once, after the 20th minute, I think this is the best game I've seen the boy who came to replace Rodri play.
Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, he ball.
I've watched him severally. Yesterday's game, in my view, is the best I've seen of him.
Boy.
Because they needed
Control.
somebody in the
Hey.
middle of the pack to settle.
It was annoying. Like,
take
it was
the belief-
annoyingly good.
Yes, you see. And when I was, I said, hey, and I go on in Bobo, but it's taking him this long.
Why yeah?
Yes,
Why yeah?
it's taking him this long to show this level of confidence and belief. And you could clearly tell that was what Man City was dying for. They yearned that somebody would take the bull by the horn and settle the nerves of everybody so that the team will now begin to build. The moment he started doing that, then we began to see Bernardo Silva taking the steam out of the Real Madrid play and bringing Phil Foden, O'Reilly, Cherky, all of them, Doku. In fact, I've always trusted Valverde. I know he's not a right back, but I think if you need a player to do a job for you at right back, I don't think nobody comes closer to Valverde.
Yeah.
But yesterday, Doku showed him that, Maza, this is not your specialty. This is not where you are supposed to be.
Leave that place for me.
Doku truly took him to the cleaners. Anytime Doku picked the ball, he didn't respect Valverde at all. And Valverde could clearly tell that this guy had the beating of him. And then he needed somebody to drop. I think that was what took something out of Rodrigo. Because Rodrigo now saw that he needs
had to come and help.
back and help. If he isolate Doku and Valverde, Doku had the beating of him. That would have created a lot of problem for Real Madrid. So Real started the game well. Once they didn't punish in the manner they should have, yes, they took the lead. But one thing that I didn't like about them, that when they took the lead, I agree that a team is most vulnerable just after scoring. So naturally, when you score, you need to keep your shape for the next 3-5 minutes to weather the immediate response or action from the opponent. Then you see whether you can immediately go back and establish the trend that led to your goal. But in their case, once they sat back after the goal, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, they needed to come out again. But this is where I did not see the benefit of having Rudiger and Asensio play together. Last year, we saw them play together. Was it last year or last 2 years?
Last season.
Yeah.
Where they were very good together. Against the same Man City team. You remember when Rudiger handled Erling Haaland and Asensio did all the sweeping job and then marshaled the entire defensive setup of Real Madrid and they came out on top. But yesterday, you could clearly see that Rudiger is definitely not the same player. Even his passing, his decision making. At times he will come and bring the ball.
He got top red card.
He gave away a very stupid penalty.
A very stupid penalty.
He wasn't even looking at the ball. Just
His
And could have given away
decision-making-
another one.
Yeah.
Yes, his awareness. You expect that for somebody of that level of experience, who rather get everybody to listen to his voice, marshal the guys. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. Yes, in terms of physique, he was the best person to handle Erling Haaland. But in doing so, you don't commit the sort of foul that you committed.
I think he panicked.
He didn't panic. He shouldn't have allowed
It was
Haaland
being
to go in
overly
front of
aggressive.
him.
Yes,
and
that
he
is what made
panicked.
him panic.
And,
The moment he knew that once Haaland went
in
ahead,
front, then
and,
it's like,
and you could clearly see
that's what made him panic.
he was not focused. If he was focused, there was no way you should have allowed Haaland to go in front of him. The moment the guy went in front, he saw that he had no chance whatsoever. Just to drag him down, pull him down, put his weight on him by force onto the turf. And the moment I saw that, I said, oh, come on, this is a penalty.
yeah.
And nobody
There was no doubt about it.
thought twice about it. The moment you see it, come on. It's a clear
Reckless,
penalty. Very, very reckless. But again, there's something that I saw of Real Madrid yesterday that I didn't like. You see, when there are times when you are trailing at home and you want to come back, it shouldn't be very. They were too anxious. That time you just look, we've seen them over the years when they have Madrid and Cruz. You see, they'll play with it, waiting for the proper moment to put in the pass. But yes, if you look at Vinicius, Bellingham,
well, they were not settled. They were rushing it.
They were rushing it. But these guys, what is wrong with them? Xavi Alonso, tell them to calm down. Because, you see, it isn't that they didn't have what it takes to create the chances. They were creating the chances. But within a certain period of time, look, if they had just calmed down a bit,
They would have found the equalizer.
I
They could
think
even
they would
have
have
gone on
equalized.
to win.
and would have gone on to win the game. And you could clearly see the lack of experience, even with the manager. If that was Carlo Ancelotti yesterday,
Eyebrow.
just the eyebrow,
This would do.
you just go look at them. And you see, his demeanor would have told them that, come on, let's do this. Because they had time.
Yeah.
They had more than enough time
True.
to go and fix what was happening. They couldn't do that because they were rushing. When Vinicius picks up the ball,
Calm.
and then for Alonso, look, some of his decision has been very, very poor. You see, I've always disagreed with him. Rodrigo cannot get into this
shock.
team. This team, because of that boy's treatment, because of the way he's treated the ball. If I'm Florentino Perez, I will sack him. Maybe Florentino Perez themselves are the one pushing their agenda to force the ball. If the ball had been any other player, he would have left the team.
Oh, yeah.
But on the side, said Real Madrid, no, I didn't mo pame me krame nko. Na me ball. That inexperienced Spanish striker, what is that? Or the saying Garcia.
Garcia.
No, but Gonzalez is not playing. What do you want to say?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Look. Alonso, they should sack him.
Oh, why?
No, he's not serious. There's no way you can watch training from Monday to Friday. Mbappe is not there. Then you opt for
Garcia.
Like who should play? Come and say that who should play? Who should play?
Mercurial.
We all saw when he came on.
What happened?
The Mercury, the Barbarian, the Emperor, the whiskey.
Hendrick. I'm not some bobo.
Master, see, the boy they play ball.
Missy, he for play that ball.
He for play that ball. The boy see 16, 17. The boy
Like he give him 60 minutes.
like he
and
scored.
commercial goal.
He come on, no. See the movement, the passes.
And that header that came off the
Boga, see the way he kill me, crowd, the way he get with do way he chip the thing, give road. Master, that level of awareness.
That boy Chip give Rodrigo very fully decision.
No.
Brian Diaz was so free.
No, Brian Diaz
so
was
free.
Brian Diaz was some best.
The young man is a
for check.
no money, Moby.
That is why I don't
sit the
that's
boy
why I
down.
agree say for start. Because like into yesterday game, I don't agree say for start because why?
He make rusty.
He hasn't
by
played.
the Alonso
It's
indecision.
better.
Yes.
No,
So for me,
it's better for him to start. The
Then
two of
he's
them are
better than
rusty.
that
The two of them are
Garcia
rusty.
has mad more minutes than him.
But Garcia know what does he do?
He scores.
Onyege.
He scores. Club World Cup, he was their best player.
Tomo.
Club World Cup, like if Hendrick make fit. Okay, what did they tell
Charlie
me?
6 months ago.
Hendrick.
Still that's what did you?
Hendrick. The thing
Look,
is shocking.
you ask the people at Real Madrid.
So much.
So maybe they sack him because of Henry.
DK.
for Sakam.
DK. Ask Florentino Perez.
We're
If
talking about the
Garcia
future of football.
was somebody, would he have spent the 50-something million he spent on Henry on
sure.
Garcia?
Oh, Garcia the academy product.
No, assuming he was a product somewhere, would he have paid that money?
We know the future of football. Hendrick, Estevao, Lamine Yamal. The future of football.
Henry gets so money, Bobby.
So you have to protect the future of football.
Hendrick in level. You know what they pay me? If they had switched, if Hendrick had gone to Chelsea, by now.
Can he hit?
Like he hit.
Quarter 12 goals. Quarter 12 goals. Premier League.
Don't worry, we'll see. January we hear is going to the French league.
Leon.
Leon.
You go finish the
We'll
season
see him
with
there.
20
But
goals.
Alonso and Madrid, what did you make of?
Sack him.
And City.
Sack him. They should sack him.
Okay.
Let me just say something
Okay.
quick on
Oh, yeah.
that. I think from the way Alonso is coaching the team, he's walked into a team. There are egos there.
He doesn't know how to deal with it.
He's not dealing
They
with
should
the
sack him.
egos
They
problem.
should sack him.
And I think Real Madrid has always had that egos. That is where Zidane, Carlo Ancelotti, their personality alone, their demeanor alone, their presence alone tend to submerge the ego to a certain level. I don't think Alonso has that. I don't think he has.
But why shouldn't he?
So the best
Multiple
he can
Champions
do
League winner with what? 2 different teams,
As a
including Real
player.
Madrid. The World Cup winner, the
as a
European
player,
Cup winner as a player. I mean, Zidane walked
when
into Real Madrid
Zidane-
as a coach.
but he-
Yes.
I say at the time when Zidane walked in, he
Yes.
was also a serial winner
You see,
like
he walked
Alonso.
in as who? As Ancelotti assistant.
Assistants, yes. But,
So which
but,
them?
but, Liverpool- but Alonso walked in as a coach who had finished German football, won all the cups, they won the
Yes,
league.
It
but-
doesn't mean anything.
but
And he had won everything as a player.
But
what has assistant coach mean to Real Madrid? Assistant coach, this will be assistant coach. What does it mean to Real Madrid?
This is the thing I don't like about managers who have not been through enough managing top teams like this. Because right now it's making him look bad. That's why me, the sacking is not because I don't like him, it's for his own good. Because it's not now that he will turn things around. This Madrid team.
look, if they don't, I'm not sure they win the league.
He's too and back-to-back seasons without winning the league. They won't win Champions
they won't
League.
win the
They won't
Champions
win
League.
Cup. So what is he doing? They should sack him.
I'm not sure they win the
He
league.
should go and learn. By all means, the thing when it's his club, he will come back again. Maybe in the next 5,
I'm not
6
sure
years.
he'll win the league.
Go and learn and come back.
Because look,
But this team, Madrid is
we
not
saw
Arsenal. Don't
yesterday-
give him 6 years.
we saw yesterday when Mbappe is not available. I agree. You don't replace a player like Mbappe.
Yeah.
But his decision making to make every other player rusty when Mbappe and Vinicius are the only ones playing. That is what's caused him yesterday. He's coached the team, as if said, he's never made rooms for injuries. Because somebody like Hendrick, you don't have, you
Coach,
cannot
every
have
day
such
you
a
spell
talent.
somebody's player, somebody's name every day.
No, what's the name? Hendrick. Okay. Hendrick. Okay.
Hendrick.
Somebody like Hendrick.
But the Hendrick should be.
Hendrick.
You know why he does that?
Jump check. Yourself jump
Get me
check.
check. That's it.
Jump check. Hendrick.
Joseph Hendrick.
See, the Hendrick boy, you don't have such a player
In your team.
in your team
Yeah.
and decide not to give him minutes.
A shock.
How?
Look at the time he brought him on. Just say,
Look at the time.
like,
He couldn't
Garcia
give the
had
ball
to
like 20
prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
Say,
Say,
on to me.
was son before you bring Hendrick. Charlie, the guy
He
warm
gave
up
the ball
safe.
less than 10 minutes.
Let me bring that you in.
You don't see the warm up safe. You don't see the warm up.
Of the
don't
shows
see-
this
The warm up safe.
I don't
It's
see.
sacking you
I
warm
don't
up.
see.
Oh, Charlie, I do the commentary. I say, player.
Sir Bobby. Sir Bobby.
But he's a good player.
See, make I tell you something. We dey do the commentary.
Yeah.
And they hype the boy because the boy the baller. And they hype and say, come on. Come on, no, in first touch, no, some DJ way did the studio inside. Enter the studio, say, Charlie, I call no bobo. I say, yeah, Charlie,
Confirm me.
When go university.
No, he's guy.
See, I think Alonso is making mistakes.
You see.
Yeah.
I mean, the manager has to stamp his authority and decide how he wants to play.
For me,
blah,
it's,
blah,
for me, it's
blah.
not even about the man management thing. Because, see, to be honest, there is no concrete basis for any of us to point to and say he has failed to manage the personalities in the dressing room. It is one person he has had disagreement with, and that is Vinicius. I don't think that is sufficient basis for us to make sweeping statements about his.
Because when I watched it,
The
when I
manner
watched
in
it,
which he's treated Rodrigo is clear.
Well, there is that.
Rodrigo, Hendrick, these are players
But
with.
that is purely a selection issue.
Rodrigo has earned the right ahead of that Garcia boy
Yeah, but I'm saying
to
that-
be in the Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's
how? What has it done to
Chris,
earn the right?
That's a different
DK, Rodrigo and that Garcia boy.
Abasicho,
Oh,
makes-
About to talk.
Makes
Sicho.
Rodrigo.
Even that
Makes sense.
Garcia boy.
You can't explain this thing, Master. Apologize and let's move on.
Garcia plays down the middle.
Uh-huh.
Rodrigo be wide player. So if you tell me he's earned the right to play ahead of the Garcia boy, how?
No, but,
Nah,
It's not like they're fighting for the same position.
No, but
yeah, but
why?
you can reject
Vinicius the play. Hendrick, Rodrigo for play.
Vinicius, Rodrigo for share the wing. Want to be into Vinicius?
Goulet. Ada Goulet.
What to do?
Onyadi.
Other Goulet
Look,
like this.
Aju,
For play as a
flow.
number 10. He dey play as
I think
one
the
of
mistakes,
midfielders.
the mistakes he's
The
made
guy, no, you don't
is
understand.
not being able to figure out the best way to achieve balance with this group.
Yes.
Carlos struggled to do it
Yes.
last season.
And very often, a lot of people have, Donald and I were having this conversation on our way here. I still don't understand how he has not tried a double pivot, a playmaker, two wide, and a center forward.
Simple 4-2.
Don't pivot. Who would you play?
Bellingham and Chouameni.
Okay. Bellingham
Yeah.
has shown
Yes.
since going to Madrid that he wants to be a more advanced midfielder. Even
He's
in
been
England,
asked to. He's been asked to.
even in England, he's played in that role.
Yes, but
You are playing Bellingham and Chouameni. Where will Valverde play?
Valverde won't play. If he plays, it's because the right back is not starting.
And then who will play in the number
He'll
10
play
role?
there. Number 10, you play Adagule there.
Now, let me come to something. Do you realize that when the season started in Real Madrid, they were not necessarily playing well, but they were winning games? It was that system that was playing. Chouameni, Valverde in midfield.
Mhm.
Adagule as the number 10, free role number 10. Monstantuano and then Vinicius Juniors.
That guy's Onyadi.
And then I like him. I think they are missing him.
Now
I think they are missing
Rodrigo
this
to bench.
intensity. I think they are missing Monstantuano. I agree, Rodrigo should play a lot
But the
more.
bench.
But even at the start of the season,
Monstantuano.
Repra. I'm
And
saying
then
that.
lefty,
Do you realize at the start of the season, that was the same thing he was doing? Valverde,
The profiles are
Chouameni.
different. The
No, it's a double pivot and a number 10.
Yes, but the profiles that he did it with.
So you're saying you
are
play
different.
Bellingham as a number 8 ahead of Valverde.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll play him.
Cool.
If Valverde will play, it will be at right back.
Okay.
See, this idea that because Bellingham excelled, the idea of him reverting to... But this is the role he played that got him the 100 million move.
Yeah, because at the
Bellingham
time
was
he
not a
excelled
second
as
striker at
number-
Dortmund.
They didn't have anybody.
No, he was not a second striker at Dortmund. The Real Madrid thing, it was because, as Nimli said, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
The team needed goals. They went into the transfer window without signing any center
It
forward.
wasn't even that. At the
So when
start
the
of the
season
season,
started-
this guy got injured. Vinicius was injured. Then they push him first 9 makeshift. When the
He had to be scoring.
The team far where Carlo continued the team.
How then
Bellingham
do we,
number 8. Bring him back.
how
make him
then do
play
we
number
then
8.
all of a sudden forget what made him successful to the point where he became attractive for Real Madrid?
Bellingus.
So
Number
I
8.
think that at least I would want to see him try that for a month or two. So for now, because look, this Madrid are not broken beyond repair. They are just a few tweaks away from
Maybe Alonso will know the force.
that. And I don't think it is beyond him. look, I don't think it is beyond Alonso to find a solution to the issues they are facing. That is why I would not say they should sack him immediately. Because all of the other issues about reach, no. Let's judge him purely on the coaching. Because as far as the temperament and the man management,
but I saw part of it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that
you can't take it out.
I'm saying that on that side, he has not made any huge mistakes for us to get to the point where Charlie asked for this.
He needed to tell them to calm down.
And I'm coming to that. Namely, the reality also is that this Madrid team, it is full of big personalities, but there are no leaders.
Well, there are plenty leaders.
There are no leaders. Plenty. I did not understand in the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Valverde.
He's an experienced player.
He's a leader.
I don't see him as a leader. Because yesterday on the pitch, they didn't show it.
Courtois. Valverde.
Courtois, fine. But
Kylian Mbappe.
Vinicius Junior safe. Vinicius, that time they won the Champions League.
Look,
you know, be the do so. You know, be the tell them, give me the ball.
If I would agree that
that's proper leadership.
If I would agree that Mbappe is
Bellingham, is Bellingham a leader or not?
Solid leader.
But he's a leader.
If I would agree those boys are leaders, they lead through their performances. Not when Carvajal, yes. But in yesterday's game, what they did between the beginning of the second half to the first 20 minutes, it is the way.
Rudiger be leader.
Yeah, but I'm saying what they did in the first 20 minutes of the second half, it is the way you would expect Chelsea or Man United now to panic when they are getting into good positions and you expect. Yesterday, if Modric had been on that pitch yesterday, they win that game easily. Easily. Look, those are things, and you see, the game moves so quick that often when the coach is on the bench, before he tells you to calm down, that attacking phase of the game has already concluded. The mistake, the bad decision has already been made.
When some particular players are the ones faltering, you can bring Zidane safe. Don't know. Vinicius Junior today, you're telling him to calm down. There's something wrong with Vinicius Junior. This one is not calm down matter. If let's say it was Gonzalo Garcia them who were rushing the thing, then you will say an experienced player should calm them down. But if Vinicius Junior is rushing chances, Bellingham is rushing passes.
But
these are guys who have calmness.
Isn't that the point?
No, so it just didn't find moments like that. There's something wrong somewhere, but it doesn't mean that.
Isn't that the point? That in moments like that,
because Bellingham composure.
No, it could happen. But if you look
at the consistency, the frequency which it happens.
The coach needed to stand. Calm. You see, when you do that, you take breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. You see that, okay, they want us to come. So let's try that and see. And
because this guy was doing a good job. Ceballos tried.
Yeah,
Ceballos was doing a good job.
He always has to play.
He was doing a good job in terms of calming it, fine. Because we were creating the openings.
For me, Ceballos, he has to play every single day. For me.
What's your ideal midfield combination?
Ceballos and someone else, then find a number 10. Because they don't have...
Who will be the number 10?
It's in between. I don't think Goulet and Bellingham can play in the same midfield.
His calmness cannot show in the final attack.
Goulet and Bellingham can play in the same midfield. If you want to play them as number 10. So choose between them. Somebody should be more advanced. And then Ceballos and Valverde, Ceballos, Tchouaméni. But in this case, Tchouaméni, because Ceballos is on your DM. But if you want somebody to just hold the ball for you and get people into positions, then he's Ceballos. The guy. Me, Real Madrid, if I'm a coach where I get himself, I can play Valverde, Ceballos, and Tchouaméni in some games.
Then you go bench Bellingham.
Oh, quick.
Then you change the system to 4-3-3.
4-3-3 flat. And then Vinicius Juniors, Kylian Mbappe, and then Kylian Mbappe. No, there are some games and Rodrigo or Mostantuano.
Rodrigo Mostantuano.
Today Rodrigo, he put down the
Mostantuano at the same level. I'm shocked.
Do you know why? See, that boy Carlo Ancelotti here. He said Carlo Ancelotti is a genius, like Vinicius Juniors. You know why? Because
he's what?
Rodrigo should never be thriving.
Ancelotti is what?
He's a genius like
Vinicius Juniors.
Because Rodrigo should never be doing what he was doing under Ancelotti
and be succeeding.
Onimbo, that position. But Carlo has a way of getting Carvajal. So when Rodrigo was thriving, it wasn't because he was holding the weight. But Ancelotti's football, his strength and his Valverde are not supposed to be that. Even Carvajal, when he has played, he's not supposed to be that high.
Yeah.
So the winger has to be a proper winger. And that is why I said Mostantuano gives them a certain balance. Not because he's a better footballer on the ball. He gives them a certain balance because he is a proper winger like Vinicius.
You hold a waist.
If Rodrigo, you remember there was a game that he benched Vinicius instead played Rodrigo and Vinicius, he balled. He did well. Rodrigo will be good there. So whoever he can play there, no problem, he can play them there. But there are games where I feel like Ceballos has to play. He's the closest thing to what they had in Cruz. Not that he's that level. But somebody who circulates the ball better.
Takes care of the ball better.
Yeah, circulates the ball better.
Keep it
Yes.
and hold it a bit more.
So when the players show up, they give it to them. And last season, I said if like he was fit in the knockout games that they played, it would have served them better. Because Fede Valverde has no breaks in this game. Chouameni can circulate the ball a lot better. He can only win the ball.
High octane.
Bellingham the same. He can circulate the ball as he's very direct. He run with the ball. We saw him yesterday doing a lot of that. The only profile in the middle of the park that they need, if Real Madrid get a player like Sandro Tonali, solid. He's set. But they don't have Sandro Tonali. So the player in the team who is around Camavinga to high octane, turning and going like that. The only midfielder they have in the team that can do that job. But also no only aura. The profile is high. So he's the easy target to drop that nobody will complain. But me, if I be the coach, just like Ancelotti did, Zidane did with Casemiro. When Zidane took the job, it was James Rodriguez, Modric, and Cruz who were playing. And then Benzema, Ronaldo. And the midfield was so unbalanced. So imbalanced because if you leave Cruz and Modric and then Rodrigo.
There's no ball winner.
Nobody. As you come no, say, Charlie, Rodriguez, what on a board, but ball no baby. Casemiro come, midfield. Casemiro Cruz, and then it's set. So you just need a coach who has a certain level of balls to be able to, get that thing happening. But yes, it's up to the coach to find out. Let's talk about.
And these days, there is a trend setting. Just look at the teams that have been picking points off Madrid in the last 2 months: Girona, Elche, Rayo,
Celta Vigo.
Teams that are patient, compact at the back, and just give Madrid the ball that do whatever you want.
Yeah. Because Madrid don't have anybody who circulates the ball brilliantly for them. And Ceballos' range of passing to is very good. And he always shows up. Like he's not flashy, but he will always show up. You can't easily take the ball off him. And me, I like him, but you don't get aura. So that'll be how the football right now. Settings, packaging, and aura.
That one they keep Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo, they want me.
He looks busy.
Bro. Okay, now let's talk about the last game. In the Champions League game we were talking about, Liverpool were at the San Siro.
Whoa.
No, it's something.
No, it's something.
Why would you do podcast? You chat to your wife.
You know, be the chat. You be the Liverpool San Siro you talk.
I feel to talk something where I say.
Oh, boy.
Then send me.
Wife say if they send you. Now they go. Coach, me and coach they go house way. I make mistake call wife. I mean, I have a text them. I make mistake when I call her. Me every time I left, coach knows I will call her. That day like what test them. I call her.
That day we chair for you,
bro. We chair tire. They go. I call baby girl. Say, where are you? I said they come. So what are you bringing me?
I talk say. I compare some.
Charlie.
And the day we left here 10 p.m.
Bro.
Chat 10 about pound.
Oh. Baby girl.
Say, almost close.
What are you bringing me? And I'm saying I'll surprise you. Maybe Charlie, I forgot find some of your favorite chocolate. Charlie.
At that time.
Oh, yeah. What are you bringing me?
Let me to as I get on, I talk and say,
don't forget to IV. The next week, coach meets me say,
what you
take go give her. I say, Charlie, I will go.
I take no choice. You are fool.
Oh, today I go test him and no go call him.
Charlie, are fool.
I go test him say.
You should have both wrote for this thing there.
Yeah.
I should go show me some sweet bullfruit where I buy the
bullfruit
where it be me for an office side. Nice bullfruit, hot one. I buy the thing where the thing they be way nice guy. I say what they go out so make her take some this thing and go give her. Charlie, right now every day be
on demand.
Every day I buy some. Back house where I don't buy that thing.
Yeah,
we go back.
30 minutes I don't go buy it. Every day. Charlie.
On demand. Now let's talk about the other game. Liverpool went away to win. Okay. I said we're going to discuss the Salah issue separate, but I think it's just perfect that we add it now. Ahead of that Liverpool game was the Salah issue. Mohamed Salah had gone after a game to Gant's interview. He thought he was being pushed under the bus, being thrown under the bus. His relationship with the manager is gone. He thought some people at the club, they didn't want him at the club anymore. He still loved the club. His family should come to the game in their game against Bournemouth suggesting that he doesn't even know if it's going to be Brighton. Suggesting he doesn't even know if it's going to be his last game at Anfield or not, and many things. So Salah then wasn't added to the team, the traveling party to the San Siro. Liverpool, however, went there, kept a clean sheet, and they won by a 0-0. A penalty dispatched by their best player of the season so far, Szoboszlai. But let's start the conversation from the Salah issue. Guys, what do you make of? It's been back and forth on social media. Jamie Gaga has weighed in, Paul Mason has weighed in, Thierry has weighed in, Steven Gerrard has weighed in, Rio Ferdinand has weighed in, Coach Limley has weighed in, Achu has done a video, Danny K has weighed in.
I
know
he coaching.
Oh, Coach Wayne, I hear Coach for scorecard.
Yeah, I was
or something. Yeah, I saw and
come on.
So let me start with Achu on this one, on the Mohamed Salah and the Liverpool issue. We'll be brief. All of us will have our brief takes on that one, and then we'll talk about the game as well, and we'll look at the way forward for Mohamed Salah. But where do you sit on this issue? Are you Mo Salah or you're Liverpool or you're right in between the middle?
I think if you approach it with the view that players cannot go public and any player who does that, it should have consequences, you are assuming that there were no issues. It was just a matter of he being dropped and then he lashed out in that manner. Salah would only go out if he has exhausted all avenues. And we know this because 2 years ago, there was a similar situation of Salah being dropped by Jurgen Klopp. Remember? And when he was coming on, he was even exchanging words with Klopp and all of that. He passed through the same mixed zone. After that game, he was asked if he had something to say, and he said, if he speaks, it will be fireworks. He didn't say anything. The next day, at that press conference that day, Klopp was asked the question, he diffused it. That was the end of the matter. So at least we can compare the same individual when he found himself in a similar situation, when it was resolved, when there was an avenue for that matter to be taken care of. We saw how he approached it.
Yeah.
In this situation, Salah has been dropped 3 consecutive games. He says that there has been the relationship that he had with his manager is broken. So what that means is that the avenue of walking to the manager and trying to thrash it out, it no longer exists. That door is shut. Because if there is no relationship, then they cannot even sit to talk about work or anything. Then he says, there is someone at the club who doesn't want me here. Salah is not a kid. If that person who doesn't want Salah at Liverpool is not powerful and is insignificant, Salah probably would not care. What that tells me is that beyond the manager, at the executive level, there is another higher power there who doesn't want Salah at Liverpool. And here's the thing. Salah has been at Liverpool since 2017. He's been at the club. Next year will be his 10th year. 2016-17, right?
Yeah.
Next year will be his 10th year at Liverpool. So he knows the club inside out. He's not paranoid. So if there is someone there who threatens his position and who says, I want you out, and that person has any value, if it is not significant, Salah will not pay attention to it. But now he's putting 1 and 2 together. He's realizing that, okay, the manager is doing this. He's not saying anything to me. He is not even, the avenue for me to resolve it with him is gone. Then there's another higher power who I cannot fight. And his interest is being advanced by the manager. That is also another matter. So I feel in that circumstance, Salah was compelled to go out and then speak. Of course, when he speaks like that, it will reflect poorly on the club, perhaps on himself as well. So the club has to act, and they have done that. And I cannot begrudge them for it. But take a moment and pay attention to the things Salah said in that interview. Not long ago, all of us were sitting here, including Liverpool fans, saying that Newcastle had not been fair to Alexander Isak. They make promises to him, and if those promises have been broken, it is within his right to boycott training refused to join the first team in training, people justified it. Salah has not boycotted training. He said, even though promises made to me have been broken, I want to play for this club. His way of protesting is by making this public. The other thing that he says, primarily, the reason Salah went out is that he's not playing. And he says, at another club, he would have been protected better than at Liverpool. Right? And he says he feels that they have thrown him under the bus. Now, let's interrogate that. As we speak, Dana was giving me the numbers today. As we speak, Salah leads the chance creation charts at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Goal scoring charts at Liverpool. Assists,
Passes into
goal
the final
contributions. Every relevant metric by which you are judging the Liverpool performance, Salah is on top. How is it that the most performing player in the period of crisis and the guy who in the modern era is Liverpool's greatest ever, how is it that he's the one who gets sacrificed?
Because he's not been playing
And
well.
Cody Gakpo.
According
Yeah, but
to-
I'm saying that everyone else is
He
not
and
playing.
Cody don't play in the same position.
I'm saying that everyone else is not playing well.
Yeah.
Yet, the only player who has been sacrificed is Mohamed Salah. And he has been sacrificed for someone who does not even play in his position.
He's not the only person who's been sacrificed. McAllister has been dropped before.
He
Frimpong was dropped.
because of injury.
Kekes was dropped.
McAllister was dropped because of injury.
Situ.
Oh, see,
He was dropped
sometimes he has
before
been
the
dropped on the bench.
No. He has been dropped because of
Curtis
injury.
Jones was on.
No. It's not the starting player. The person who
even
should be dropped is Gakpo.
Ekitike, when he was scoring, they were
It's
dropping him for
Gakpo
Isak.
and Van Dijk. They should be sitting down. Gakpo and Van Dijk. They should be sitting down.
Let me address
And
them.
Gravenberch.
Let me address them one by one for you. Kekes just came. He does not have the left back position on lock. Kekes, no. He was given his opportunity. He flopped big time. They dropped him.
He's not Salah. That's what you mean.
Curtis Jones, not even Salah. Even his own position. No.
The
He
manager
has not
changed
even
him after 20
earned
minutes.
the right
The next
to
match he
be a
brought him back.
guaranteed starter. Curtis Jones, he's
Honest
not a
starter.
starter. Cody Gakpo,
There's nobody. There's nobody.
there's
Seriously.
Kiko Chiesa.
Who?
Kiko
Fred
Chiesa.
Oh, as for him, he's not in the plans for the
No,
manager.
Even
Ama-
Ekitike
because
can
the
if he
play.
can
manager
draw,
made
if he
it
can
so.
draw a Champions League squad and not add him until someone
Because
got
the manager,
injured.
The Italian defender.
the manager made it so.
Otherwise, so you know the
So
influence.
I'm telling you that the manager is not being fair, because why is it that for the other players, Van Dijk is making multiple errors leading to goals in consecutive games, Champions League, Premier League games every week.
You don't touch aura.
He is not
You
changed.
don't touch aura.
Konate, the same.
You don't touch aura.
In fact, for someone like Van Dijk, the way they are making the mistakes and scoring the goals, if you put an academy player there, you know that it won't get any worse, because your worst,
you
Sichu,
can't say that.
your worst fear.
You can't say that
Wait,
about Van Dijk.
Your worst fear is that the academy player, because of inexperience, he will panic and he will make mistakes that will lead to goals. But that's what Van Dijk is doing.
No. You can't say that.
So what is the worst that will happen?
He went to Milan to keep a clean sheet. Before that, he comes to a clean sheet against
He
Bournemouth.
gave away a handball.
Oh, your friend,
Penalty.
That handball.
Putulicious defender. Banga. Putulicious defender. Why not? Have you seen the way he defends? Opponent to by side, sideways. Putulicious defender. Wait, hey. Up for volleyball or pitch.
Onyazi.
6 yard box. Yard box on that or the Onyazi.
See, that's what Van Dijk did.
Hey.
If any other defender had done it, that would have been the end of their Liverpool career. I'm telling you.
I've never seen it
So
before.
look, Salah does not feel that there is fairness. He's seen his teammates make mistakes that cost the team. And there's not even a question about.
And as you said,
Whether-
he's been performing.
He did ball
better
past
numbers
everybody
than- yeah.
in the team. And yet, he's the one guy who gets sacrificed. So, of course, he will question that decision and why he feels that he's been thrown under the bus. A lot of things have been said. The Jamie Carragher angle. Carragher, they lie past everybody. When he says that Salah, before Liverpool signed him, he was known as the guy who...
Failed at Chelsea.
That was to him.
But he
Because that was
didn't
No.
feel at Chelsea.
You see,
He didn't.
You see, some of these things...
known as the guy.
It's not a matter of opinion.
That's
No.
Carragher.
It's not a matter of opinion, because
That's not how they
that
work,
opinion
so-
is defective thinking.
Wait.
It's a
was he
shot
success-
on-
was he successful at Chelsea?
Sicho, and I'm telling you why it is defective thinking.
Chelsea, no, not Nyade.
Sicho, that opinion, it is short on the full fact of Salah's career.
No. He was specific about one club.
When Liverpool were going to buy him, they were going to buy a failed player at Chelsea.
A field player
A player who had failed at Chelsea.
Yeah, they
yes.
signed him for 40
And
million.
they signed him, they paid 40. So
because they didn't sign him from Chelsea.
all the Liverpool hierarchy people,
Situ,
all of them, they have
Carragher.
not-
What Jamie
He's a
Carragher
liar.
what Jamie Carragher was trying
he
to
lied.
say.
Me, I will not tolerate it. He
What
was
Jamie-
lying.
what Jamie Carragher was trying to say.
What he said.
No,
This is a player
dismisses
who has
everything.
never won even
What
a
he
man
said.
of the match before.
Situ,
It doesn't.
Jamie Carragher.
You don't have to win a man.
Oh,
of the
yes.
match.
Winning man of
He
the
was
match.
one.
now.
He has one player.
He
of the
win
season
well,
at Liverpool.
He was the player of the season 2000 and
Yeah,
something.
in the Premier
But wait,
League.
to what I'm saying.
Situ.
What Jamie,
Jimmy
actually,
Carragher was what?
let me bring
Yeah,
clarity to
The
this.
best player in the league.
In the Premier League, yeah, I
Yeah.
think in 2000.
Yeah, for one time, best player of the league.
Yeah.
It's
Lie,
not
lie,
true.
lies.
Oh, it's true.
Check
Douala.
it.
It's not true.
Douala.
And you look right.
No, but
No,
that
actually,
was
Carragher.
crazy because 2000 was when Michael Owen won the Ballon d'Or.
He was
It can never be true.
a player of the something. I'll look at
Maybe
that.
he was part. But
No, let me bring this clarity to
Carragher.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Carragher is saying
Mhm.
that as far as Liverpool and the Premier League is concerned, Salah, before he came to Liverpool, was known as the player who had failed at Chelsea.
It's the word failed. He was known as the player who didn't succeed.
He didn't say.
But
If you
say
don't
failed.
succeed
No,
at something,
listen.
what do you do?
No.
No.
It doesn't mean you failed there.
No.
No, you see,
Sicho.
they are great system.
Sicho.
A1.
Name, don't even go.
B2.
Salah was
A1 is
just
success.
impatient.
I'm coming. A1 is success.
Yes.
Salah.
B2 is success.
No, Sicho. If you say he failed, you are saying he flopped.
But he was a flop at
No, he
Chelsea.
didn't.
No,
He was impatient.
But he
He
was
just
what?
left.
He was a flop.
How
Oh,
did this season
the
was
flop
he
Signed
play?
for big money, came in, and the players who are ahead of him.
He
even
didn't
at
get
the
game time
were
and he
better
left.
than him.
The
He
flop is
flopped
the
at
guy who had
Chelsea.
opportunities and bombed the
Yes.
place.
From the place.
Oh, Salah
But
didn't
he had an
flop.
opportunity and Mourinho took him off.
No, how many
No.
opportunities?
Because he's
B, I remember the big game Salah balled in. The 6-1 against
Is
Arsenal.
Keke's flopping at Liverpool at the moment or not?
Who?
Keke's after 3 games at Liverpool, was he flopping or not?
Kekes.
The era has not ended. So how can
After
we say
3
he has
games,
flopped?
after his first
No,
3
he's a
appearances,
flop.
was he flopping?
He's a flop.
Oh, no,
Do you
no.
know why?
Why?
Do you know why? They bought him to be the first team left back, and he's not living up to that standard. So they didn't buy Salah to
They
become.
bought Salah for the future. He never made the future.
No, Chelsea.
He left.
He's a future.
No, at Chelsea.
At Chelsea.
They bought him for the future. He never
The
made it.
Chelsea them are slacking. No be Salah them is slacking.
It's like so. They were
He
not
didn't
patient
get an
enough.
opportunity.
Let's go.
He was not patient. To say that Salah was known as the guy who flopped or failed at Chelsea is defective thinking. Because it means you are not capable of remembering what the guy did after that period. You are not capable of remembering what the guy did that made Liverpool buy him. That is why I say it is defective thinking. This is why I'm not insulting him.
No, but he's
The guy had 46 goal contributions in the 2 seasons before he joined Liverpool. That is why Liverpool paid 40 million pounds for him.
exactly.
So when you say that the guy was a flop or whatever, it is something that will blind you. And for me, as far as I'm concerned, it's pure hatred and it's pure jealousy. It is what makes it difficult for you to accept that the guy is not what I'm saying he is, but you force yourself to push that narrative.
He's
out
acting
there.
that an African player has gone down in the history of Liverpool as one of their best ever player.
Look,
Carragher.
Look, the reality is that
Carragher.
Mohamed Salah, me, I don't like Salah.
Oh.
But the guy's numbers, no. Whether you like him or not,
Clarify. You don't like him. You don't know
his
him,
style is not.
man.
His style is not aesthetically pleasing to me. I like Ketchers more, but what he produces, no, it makes nonsense of things like I don't like him. You set your biases aside. So I may prefer Neymar to Salah or someone who go fit do Ketchers more, but I should not try to discredit Salah for what he has done. That is my problem with what Jimmy Carragher tried to do, and this idea that Salah has to babysit 2 players who cost 250 million pounds. Or no Jimmy
Who are
Carragher.
they?
You see,
Rubbish.
hypocrisy, eh? The same Jimmy Carragher, when kids were taunting him, he got so upset, could not keep his emotions in check. He spit at the 14-year-old girl. Later, he went to apologize.
This man.
But you
They
have the moral right to tell Salah that Salah should not be obsessed with his numbers, but he should go and babysit.
The fact that he has made a mistake, he has
That mistake is
doesn't
why
mean
you
that-
should check yourself when you are speaking.
No, wait. Otherwise, all of us have no
Situ,
reason.
No, Situ,
Situ,
to-
if you
that
are
mistake-
corrupt,
Oh, what I'm saying
Situ,
is,
Situ,
if you
let's
learn
make
from
this
that
statement.
mistake,
If you are corrupt, or if you've been established to be corrupt,
Before.
found corrupt, when issues of corruption are being spoken about,
you watch what
you
you
have
say.
to watch yourself.
no,
You don't just spill beans.
no. something happened a while back. Human beings change. I can make a mistake. It doesn't, and I can learn from the mistake and change. It doesn't mean that when somebody makes a similar mistake or another mistake, I've lost my. What
you are saying.
Yes, I've lost the moral rights.
Let me give Atu a better example. Salah should babysit Isaac and Vets. When Pogba came to the Premier League,
yes,
did Carragher tell Rooney to babysit Pogba?
No.
He was on his case every week.
Yes.
When Anthony came to Man United, did Carragher tell the senior players at Man U to babysit Anthony? No.
He was unbabysittable.
Oh, he's very babysittable. Baby boy Anthony. Where's the ball? I can spin for you.
Where the ball?
The
ball on the air.
Tell you guys for bringing them back.
But you see, Atu, that's a better example.
Mm-hmm.
You don't switch and change based on your preferences because you don't like Salah. Now you have come to create a new job description for him. And you see, I do want to finish.
No, super.
Continue.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Sito, look. See, I can show you something.
Show me.
This life inside. Before open your eyes.
Shine your eye.
Open your eyes.
Forget all the narratives.
This script, we've seen it before.
It always plays out.
At the start of this, I think it was fun too. We're discussing this thing that, this thing your man has gone to say,
Problem.
They will find a footballing reason to get rid of him. But if you look deeply, it's not a footballing reason. And because the fans are upset, their team is shine. Anything that's football fans.
What did he go and say?
They carry the time that baby boy striker, where he go tweet say, make UEFA tell you what killed the guy.
Yeah.
We all know you stepped on the toes. This world, we know how to preach. Some people can do something, others can't do. Thank you very much. It is not the act that is wrong. It is who is doing
Who did it?
That's how the world operates. Do you remember when one of my favorite players in the history of the game went to tweet about certain people being oppressed in some country, and that in fact the Muslims that were being oppressed in China, he went to tweet about it before the start of the season. When the season ended, he was in the plans. The season started, all of a sudden, they froze him out of the team.
That?
Mesut Ozil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they started telling us that he doesn't press, so he's not part
doesn't
of
work hard.
Arteta's
His attitude
plans.
is.
Meanwhile, the season that ended in June was in May. He was part. First season came, all of a sudden, they found a footballing reason. Then they'll gather all the pundits and they'll write.
Give them a script.
Everybody will be writing the same thing. Ozil doesn't press. Ozil that. Then they forced him out.
In fact, this thing you're saying,
open your
it
eyes.
extends to even ex-players. Remember John Barnes? After that interview on Good Morning Britain,
he didn't say what they wanted him to say. He was supposed to act the victim. He didn't act the victim. Now, do you see him anywhere again?
But John Barnes is gone bankrupt.
Quick. The thing is, this thing for open your eye. They were always going to find a footballing reason to get him out. Pressure from the top. The guy for goal. Maybe that thing, maybe, I don't know. But you for open your eyes.
Read between the lines.
Read between the lines. Take emotion out and look at the facts of the matter. When you are in a crisis period, which organization cuts off the best person?
Me, who be that?
Who does that?
I've never seen it before.
Makes no sense.
If the best person is now the worst performing player, maybe you can do that. But the guy is clearly not the worst performing player. In fact, if you take Ekitike out of the team, Salah is the next best attacking player. It is true. Yes, he's missing chances. Look at the facts again. Look at how the team is structured. His shots per game has reduced. His passes into everything has reduced because now the structure is such that he's a part player. But even with his new role, he's still outperforming players who have been performing that part player full-time last season. But some way, somehow,
he's the fault.
he's the problem. And nobody is actually looking at whether or not he's the problem. Now we are assessing, should he say sorry? Should he, because it's like we've accepted that.
He won't say sorry.
First of all, he's not the problem.
He's not the problem.
Now let's go to the matter.
He's spoken the truth.
Monday, I told you that I didn't believe Onslaught. That script, I've seen it sound.
Oh, I am trying
This
to try.
PR, this thing, I've seen it sound. I saw it from the first day of preseason when Ten Hag came and they asked him about Ronaldo. I saw it. When an organization wants to protect you, they will protect you. Let me give you 2 examples. Harry Maguire went to training at the time he was Man U captain. Went to a holiday in Greece. Went to fight. They put him in prison. Then he told the policeman, "Do you know who I am? I'm Man United captain." They say according to the Greek police, he tried to bribe them and they put him in jail. The news came out when he touched down in England. He didn't go home.
Straight.
30 minutes BBC exclusive
Interview
with leading questions. Were you scared for your family? What did you have to do to protect your family in that? Fine PR. He left that interview. He became a hero. From somebody who went to jail, he became a hero. When Paul Pogba, Man United were going through that bad spell and Pogba went for the ankle surgery. Remember that Man United didn't want him to have the surgery. But Pogba needed to have the surgery
so
because he was
the
targeting the World Cup. You say, don't have the surgery. He ends up having the surgery. Sends a text message as he had started gym work. Sent a text message to Ole. My brother is marrying. I want to go to the wedding. Ole says, yes, go. He goes to the wedding. They are dancing Azonto at the wedding and the video comes out and the press is killing Pogba. Man United did not protect him. Pogba Ole never came out to say he gave him permission. It was only in Pogba's documentary that we saw evidence that Ole had given him permission. If they want to protect you, they will protect you. When Ronaldo's thing happened and Ten Hag kept on dismissing the questions, what stopped Man United from saying Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest players of all time, is going through a family this thing and will come? What stopped them from saying that? No, but they didn't say it. Yeah. What did they allow to happen?
He doesn't want. He wants to play.
He wants to play Champions League.
He doesn't want to play in the Europa League. He's looking for a club.
That's why I say, open your eyes. Every day when we woke up, they were saying clubs are rejecting Ronaldo. Yeah. Fabrizio Romano. Yeah. We'll go and ask Eintracht Frankfurt, if you get Ronaldo, do you like, oh, we have a squad, we can't fight. Eintracht Frankfurt say they don't want Ronaldo. Atletico Madrid, if you get Ronaldo, it happened over and over and over and over.
It was mostly asking clubs that. It was mostly asking clubs that
cannot afford him. At the end,
most of these clubs are also in the same ring and also the same circle. If they don't want to, they'll say the same thing just to make.
If they want to protect you, they will protect you. This thing we've seen is how we are tired. So when Salah today, a PR expert, broke down the situation, and he said that institutions like Liverpool, top institutions like Liverpool, there's no way Salah will have this problem, and the people at the top don't know.
They know.
They know.
I said this thing on.
When you are assessing this situation,
they know.
When you are assessing this situation, don't come and sit here and tell me that Salah should have gone to. Why? This is the first time issues are happening. When the Salah and Mane thing happened at Burnley, it is only in Rio Ferdinand's, your friend example, interview with Mane that we found out that after the thing, Salah called him, they squashed it. We never knew. We thought there was a beef. So we were fighting on social media, so the two of them, they had already dealt with the matter. Things happen. Players fight. They fight to man, but they handle it backdoor because there are structures in place. Players usually only come out when the thing is out of hand. And the thing is, Salah has played long enough for you to properly assess how he deals with it.
Again, when it comes to the system protecting you if they want to. Remember Harry Kane put in a transfer request, decided not to train with the squad again because wanted to force a move to Man City. And that is Harry Kane. He said he won't play for Spurs. That's the biggest issue. But they reported the story as though Enyeshi. And in the end, he didn't even start that season with them. They went to beat Man City in their first game. Son Heung-min scored that one goal.
And first 3 games.
You know Espirito Santo.
Yeah,
first 3 games. Yes. First 3 games without Harry Kane. Harry Kane came back and it's business as usual. If that was another player, the reportage is completely different.
Completely different.
Completely.
And you see, again, let me just give this context so that when we are, I don't know if you guys listen to Stick to Football when the Bellingham during the international window. When Ian Wright
said, he had texted him that they were coming for him.
Ian Wright said something very important there. He said that when you are from a certain part, they want you
to be submissive. They don't want you to. They are threatened of the influence you can give to people. So
you are not supposed to have
a certain level of power and freedom to be able to.
You are supposed to be grateful for the opportunity they've given you.
Just can do your job, keep quiet.
That's the demeanor issue.
Then go Kante-ish.
Thank you very much. This week when the thing was happening, somebody went to resurface Liverpool's announcement when they were saying Mane was leaving the club. Did you see what Carragher wrote? His quote, one of his best, in fact, his favorite Liverpool player during that era. He is low maintenance and just gets about exactly what Ian Wright was saying. Mane, no, he will shout. He will come, he will do his thing, he will go. If they are treating him badly, he will keep it inside. They don't expect you to speak up because you are not anybody. The only people who can speak up are their people. And when their people are speaking back, we see
the way they treat them.
We see the reportage. Boga, was it not Grealish who went to booze?
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie.
Boozo.
Yeah.
The guy was drunk.
The
guy was drunk.
Came to the English camp.
Drunk.
And the media reporter was how good Grealish was able to celebrate the City treble. Like, he knows how to celebrate victory. Nobody celebrates winning the title like him.
Drunk.
If you want somebody can celebrate Grealish.
He wasn't just drunk. He was on the streets. Like, Wabuama. He had lost consciousness.
Yes.
He slept on the street.
They say Grealish will not celebrate. Like, nobody celebrates winning things like Grealish. If it's another player who's not of their kind, where a drink in discipline.
Oh, yeah.
This guy go train balloon. Acquire everything.
Bisuma
train small balloons. They say no empty the thing. They say train the things have. Train small way, last one or quick.
Small. You see, so the players, they are in this business. They understand.
They know
these
this.
Things. They know. And I'm likening this thing to the Ronaldo thing because all those people who say that, man, you sacked Ronaldo, the guy knew that when he opened his mouth, he was leaving.
He wants to go.
Look at what has happened in the days after Salah's thing, especially what happened the night after the Liverpool game. Did you hear what Slot said? This matter is not about sorry. It's not about sorry, then we move on. Listen to what Slot said and listen to what Salah said. That he's going to say goodbye when he goes to the AFCON. He doesn't know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
The guy knows that there's a high chance he will not be here. Slot in this two, that's why I say the PR, no, they can prepare you. But when they catch you post-match and it's just you, your true self will come out.
Sure.
The PR, he gave us the feeling that, Salah just didn't travel. It's something that when they come back, they will move on. It was like, he has the official punishment from the club is that he didn't travel with us. So basically, whatever happens after, it's like we are moving on after this Inter Milan game. That was the press conference, PR, they sat him down vibe. Then the post-match, Seedorf, God bless that man.
I say he's a smart.
It's not what he said.
He's experienced it.
It's not what he said.
Seedorf has seen all of this experience.
It's the journalistic instinct in him.
Yeah.
The things he made Slot see. How he made Slot. Do you see Slot was trying to avoid it? Yeah. The guy seemed very uncomfortable. They were asking him the question and he's looking, listening to the Liverpool fans, looking around like...
He waiting for somebody to give him a paw.
Quick. The guy say, first of all, two things. Is it that the players must realize that he has made a mistake, and is the player aware that he has made a mistake? So now he's posing it to Salah that the thing you have said, are you sorry for it? Knowing very well that they are the ones who have wronged the guy, and the guy will not say sorry. Ten Hag tactics 101. We've seen them, we know them. Ten Hag,
Orange Nation.
They'll worry you. They'll do when you come and talk, then this guy doesn't respect. They'll do. Then he went on to say that. The second one said what he talked two things. Say if does he think he has made a mistake? And then he talked another thing. There were two very key things he said in that.
He was asked if he will initiate.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, as a leader, everybody say as a player, listen to your manager. As a leader, if you've punished a player officially, you say the club has taken a position officially.
Yeah.
Aren't you the one supposed to initiate it? Salah, come to my office. When Klopp gave that interview to our favorite podcast, that's one man, Estevao.
Yeah.
What did Klopp see? On the Salah West Ham thing, he spoke about it. He said he called him to his office the following day. We know we are fighting. In fact, he said he sent him a text message. No, it was a Mane one. When Mane fought with him after Salah didn't pass the ball, he took him off. He said he sent Mane a text message in the night.
Yeah.
Can we still be friends? Come to my office tomorrow morning. The Salah thing too. The West Ham thing when they fought on the touchline. Salah said, if I speak, there will be fire. He sent him a text message. Come to my office tomorrow morning. Let's squash it out because this thing, we are not going to move on. That is a leader.
Yeah.
That is a leader.
Mm-hmm.
So when Salah talks like it is personal and somebody doesn't want him there, and the manager comes to say, is he the one supposed to initiate it? We've caught you, Slot. We've caught you. It is personal.
Yeah.
We've caught you.
Yeah.
It is personal. You are removing your buttocks. It is personal. No, we've caught you. Your disposition has shown that the thing, it is personal. He pain you. The person has done something to you. You want to show him that you are the boss. And what annoys all of us is, see, me, I don't care when he's a player, respect is earned.
He's earned the right.
Yes, if you are the manager, I'll give you that respect.
Yeah.
But as we build the working relationship, it's supposed to be reciprocal.
Exactly. You give me.
If you don't give me that respect, I will not respect you. And there are some players who have every right to tell some certain managers that they don't respect them. Now, Slot, so if you don't believe Liverpool, you do.
And for example, and I get it, like, a player like Lionel Messi and many people. Look, Kevin Pritchard got this interview very recently, and Kevin Pritchard was like, when he was going to sign for, I recommend you watch that interview.
I watched it. Is that
his Christian life and everything? I loved it.
I bookmarked
Now, and he says that, look, when he was going to sign for FC Barcelona, sporting director Abidal at the time tells him, we want you, we really much want you.
But
and another sporting director tells him, the coach says that, look, Kevin, we want you, but now Messi has to confirm.
Yeah.
Listen to this. So then he as a professional footballer, he's going to bed desperately anxious that Lionel Messi likes him some way, somehow. And then once he gets to the club, it's like, look, Kevin, when you are Las Palmas, when they asked you your favorite club, you said Real Madrid. When they asked you who your favorite player was, you said Ronaldo. Tomorrow, when they ask you who your favorite player is, it's Lionel Messi. When they ask you what your best club is, say it's Barcelona. And I believe him straight away because only 3 years ago, Marcus Rashford is asked, who's your best player? Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to FC Barcelona. They ask him, who's your best player?
Messi.
Messi. And that's it. Messi has earned
the right
to be asked.
Change your opinion.
To be asked that when Antoine Griezmann was going to FC Barcelona, the rumor is Lionel Messi said, don't bring this guy.
He said, I don't want him.
If he goes to Argentina team, their tables. Icardi said it. Icardi was forcing out because Messi's friend is marrying. Icardi is marrying Messi's friend. Maxi Lopez,
his wife.
So Maxi Lopez not did the team inside.
He did the team, but Messi no one see the guy in face.
And in fact, the manager had clear things with Icardi.
Yes.
And Icardi had top scored that time.
Yes.
Right now, let's go and ask Messi.
Messi says no.
They beat that.
So, and Messi had earned that right by consistently being the best player in the year, back to back, and being around that conversation. Onu Messi no, utu be in kanjem so or no, wa any.
Thank you.
Wa any. So I honestly in life, I believe in those things. People earn their levels.
Mm-hmm.
You see, let me add this. I think the guys have dealt with it enough. You see, I have never seen in my life that in the organization that was doing so well. As a team, we are all fantastic. But within the team, we can clearly see that without so and so person,
We are in trouble.
we are in big trouble.
Yeah.
Then the organization all of a sudden starts struggling. If you are the CEO of the organization, who would you go to? Those very important
people.
individuals.
Yeah.
They are the ones you go to. And they are the ones you hope that they may find the necessary remedy to bring the organization back on track.
Yeah.
I have never seen that. A team is struggling. And then the best player of the team is held responsible for the team struggles. I thought that in trying to bring the team back to whatever it was. You use the best in the business to re-establish that
Equilibrium.
or equilibrium of the team.
Coach, not to cut you. You've mentioned a very important point. They're all or nothing. Two of them.
Yeah.
The Tottenham Hotspur one.
Yes.
They were going through a spell. Mourinho sends for Lloris, Hurricane
Yes.
to come to his office.
Yes.
The Juve one, Pelu,
Yeah.
Bonucci, Buffon, Chiellini.
Yeah.
Those
Three
were
of
the
them come to his office. Let's discuss what is
What is
happening.
happening.
best. So that we fix
Because
the
within the context of the club, those guys were the three. There was Ronaldo, call him.
Yes.
Ronaldo be bossu, but this is about Juve.
That's it.
So he called those three.
So I have sat here and I've said that if I was the coach of Liverpool, looking at Mohamed Salah's age, he's now 32, 33, isn't it?
That's 3 years.
33 years. Personally, I don't see why he should play every game. Not because he has lost his position,
Mm-hmm.
but because I want the best from him. So I'll look at
Preserve
the
him.
demands of the game and I said, Charlie, this one you don't need to start. You know what? I'm not going to start you against Leeds because there's Inter Milan
That we
3
have to
days.
play.
That is where I
It's
want
what
you to
constant
go. That
communication.
is he has. That's what
So
I mean.
he understands
has
why
earned
he's
the
on the
right.
city.
He has earned the right for the manager to give him such explanation as to why he's not playing. But just like the two of you have said, such conversations had not taken place.
He said he doesn't know.
Because if such conversation had taken place,
Yeah.
and Salah is clearly in the know why he's not going to play in game A or game B, on grounds that it isn't that you are losing your position, I'm benching you because you're not performing, but I'm benching you because I want to keep you fresh for this very high profile game. Do you think he would have said what he said? And it's slot, and of course, those people in the Liverpool setup who doesn't want Mohamed Salah to be there, they have connived and they are using an club to execute their very bad, unsporting-like intentions. When Salah says, I've earned the right, I've done a lot for this team, and I've earned the right. He's looking at those he's losing his position to. What is the metric saying about them compared to Mohamed
Their
Salah?
performance levels.
Their performance levels. And then they check. You are favoring your Dutch players. You are from a Dutch. You see, nobody can be very wrong if the person analyze the issue along this line. Don't we see Gabo? Don't we see Gravenberg?
I mean, I thought it was a
But I
Gakpo.
tell you, see,
Don't you see-
I tell you, say, don't
Van
play.
Dijk.
No.
VVD? We see them. VVD against Sunderland. He was wearing red. Liverpool was in red. He took the ball and gave it to the Sunderland player who was wearing blue.
And Punito.
You see that boy, he said that.
I should not give him.
And Punito.
I say he should not give him. And when the guy took the ball, he was coming, the opportunist defender. Then he was pulling his two halfway, bang into the back of the net. Then and it's slot, you started scratching your head as if you didn't know what was happening. In the Champions League game, a corner kick was floated. I've never seen the best header of the ball in the team jumps without nobody pushing him. He raises his hand and then bats the ball into his own.
Scored a spike.
I couldn't believe that.
Spiking the ball.
Now Salah sits there. He looks at all these things and none of them is losing their position. What have they achieved at Liverpool? Nothing. I won't sit here and say, don't bench Salah. The question is, will I bench him for all of these guys? No. If I'm to bench him, then I will explain to him the rationale behind benching him. And that is where slaughter, dishonesty, and disrespect towards Mohamed Salah has occurred. As for people like elements like Carragher and co, you don't want to give them any form of mileage. Everybody don't respect Carragher. Erling Haaland just passed a statement about him yesterday.
It's a loose cannon. He doesn't.
Charlie.
Of course.
Careful around him.
And
You should be careful around him.
Carragher was laughing as if he was laughing with the guys. The guys are laughing at you.
The guys are Thierry Henry and Mika Richard
They are
and the
laughing at
lady,
you.
they were laughing at you because of the description Erling
The guy
Haaland
just gave.
has given to
And
you.
it's true.
And it's true. So you see, we don't need such people to come and comment. For me, look, the only solution to the problem Salah should leave.
He should leave.
I want him to leave. Look, if anybody is closer to Mohamed Salah, his advisors, the time has come
He should leave.
for him to leave.
Real Madrid now, there's space on the
Look.
other side.
There's space everywhere. There's space everywhere. If Chelsea themselves, and nobody will give Liverpool even close to 30 million. Nobody will give them even 20 million. Because Salah is living under certain conditions. It's about parting company.
He should terminate his contract.
It's about parting company. Chelsea, this is an opportunity.
Oh, Chelsea, their policy won't.
Look,
You're going to say Mohamed Salah, give him 80 years contract and he'll be paying
no.
120,000.
Somebody like Salah, if you sit him down, I give you 2-year contract.
Coach, let me tell you something.
I'm coming.
Mohamed Salah, go to Saudi.
I'm coming to that.
He's a god.
Make it finish.
If Salah goes to,
I'm coming. I think he has to show the people at Liverpool.
That's what
he doesn't have to prove them.
No.
I tell you.
No. I don't want him to go to Saudi now. He should not leave in January and go to Saudi.
But you see,
After all,
I
He
agree
should
with
go.
Nimley because if he goes to the Gulf, he has played it the way Liverpool
Wanted it to play.
I'm saying,
Me?
okay, let coach finish.
Semini Salah, I will not go to Saudi now. Salah has got 2 more years in Europe, in my view. Then he can choose to go to Saudi. This season and next season. The current season that we are playing. Let him leave in January, go and play the rest of the season, and then the following season. Teams like Inter Milan, teams like Chelsea. Look, it is against your policy. But in a very smart way. You put Salah in this Chelsea team.
he cooks so.
You put Salah in this Chelsea team where
workaholics like Joao Pedro.
Delap and Co. And you ask players like Estevao to learn. Estevao, Salah, na Eddie Abano. He will start. So you learn. Learn from him. Learn from Mohamed Salah. Salah will teach them.
Palmer.
Passes Ben. Florent Verge. Or the saying,
Isaac.
Eketike. They don't want to learn. Is it the thing that and his slot is making them think that they and Salah are in the same
And the fans too.
Then the Liverpool supporters
Salah should have passed to Vets.
the old pass to Webber Vets.
If you know the pass, I'll make you pass to Vets.
Who is Florent Vets?
But Charlie, Liverpool, they've dropped
Who is
the ball
Florent
because
Vets?
even if you wanted to transfer him here, maybe after signing the new contracts, a month or 2 later, you had a change of hearts. Sit the guy down and tell him that, look, Charlie, where he catch? No matter what you say, want to move on.
Look,
Find a club.
The matrix doesn't support that.
It's coach.
They should put all the statistics down. Isaac, Papa Ben,
Yeah, but I'm saying that.
Florent Vets.
I'm saying that they should have communicated to him that this is not a sporting. whatever.
No.
And
And it's Slotto.
Look.
You Slotto, who are you? What have you achieved in coaching?
Coach,
Slotto.
Coach, forget slots. It's
Then
not
go
slots.
sack him.
It's not slots.
What about sack him?
Coach, it's not slot. Look,
And it's Slot.
on the
What
Salah
about sack
issue,
him?
on the Salah issue, this my take on it, and I said it somewhere. I'll say it again. Liverpool, there are people at the very top of Liverpool who, from where I said, didn't want Salah at the club, especially on the wages he was going to be on. These people were ready to damn the consequences and still sell him or let him go for free, even though they knew his numbers couldn't be replaced. But like I've said before, Salah was so good last season, it didn't make sense that they wouldn't keep him. And to replace Mohamed Salah on the market, there was nobody. That is why when people started saying drop Salah. I said that when you drop Salah, Chiesa ain't to me mboho. Kodigakpo ain't to me mboho. Salah's position, no, there are not many players, left-footed players who are as good as Salah is. There aren't many. But Liverpool at the very top, most people, I am very sure they didn't want Salah at the club because for me,
Karagayen Kankan has Salah won the AFCON with Egypt. Salah has taken Egypt to the African final.
Carragher
Lost
won
on penalty.
The World Cup since
Bro,
1990.
bro,
That's
forget.
what they were hoping for.
in Hurricane, they in a million the hype.
What
They
they
really
win
thought
for
it for England.
A
Let's
shock.
make it come up for this. See, Liverpool waited for Salah's contract to reach 2 months to the end of the contract before they gave him their wedding. And by that 2 months, now Salah had scored over 30 goals, assisted plenty. He was the best player in the team. And it was inevitable that
In the league.
in the league, if like last season, Salah did half of the numbers he did.
That they make it go.
I'm telling you.
It's true.
I am telling you that the only reason why Salah's got the contract he got, and Salah wasn't bad. As for Salah, he told them this is the figure. No, it's not negotiable. If Salah didn't do what he did last season, coach, I guarantee he would have gone for free.
Yeah.
He would have left the club for free. They wouldn't have remembered anything. They wouldn't have looked at, he can get better next season. No. The only reason why they gave him that contract, and I'll say it again, regrettably for them, was because last season, it wouldn't have made any sense not to keep him. That was also helped by Trent Alexander-Arnold's insistence on going to Real Madrid.
Yes.
So
Van Dijk not extending the contract
because Trent was going, it freed a certain amount of, because Trent was going to go higher. Mm-hmm. But if Trent is going, and then we have Van Dijk and Salah, then we can keep both. Because for them, they were only going to keep two. They were not going to be able to maintain Van Dijk, Trent, and then Salah in their view.
Wages plenty.
And then
Van Dijk was number one captain on Kobe Bia. Trent, academy product on Kobe Bia. It was Salah. It was always Salah. Salah was the target too.
Yeah.
It was always Salah. Salah was the guy who was going to go. Because for me, I have not in my entire life seen any player as good as Salah go into the last year of his contract. Me, who be that?
When there are no issues like that.
The player will go into the last year of his contract when he and the team have agreed that this is my last year at the club. Or they agreed that henceforth, we give you 1 year contract. Like Modric and Real Madrid. Yeah. Like, we've seen teams do. But for your player who his contract negotiation has been on the table for 2 years, you are not coming to an agreement with him. There's no way Liverpool desperately wanted Salah to stay. But they didn't have a choice because Salah was too good. Then the season starts. Tactically, the team has changed. Salah isn't producing the numbers he produced last season. And I'm sure that people at the club would have been saying that and those things have echoed around Anfield, have echoed around Liverpool, and Salah has heard. So when Salah says that people at the club don't want me to be here,
it's true.
Salah no fool.
You know fool.
Salah just signed a contract worth 400,000 according to rumors. That he has signed that contract. Then few months on, he's telling you that there are people at the club who do not want him there. And he feels like he's been thrown under the bus. And then the relationship with the manager is gone.
It's gone.
And certain promises were made to him. None of those promises have come. Salah no fool.
You are telling me that what promises? You are asking me what promises? You did at the time they signed the contract.
See, like Salah is not stupid though. So for me, it is a deliberate, it's a final. And look, in businesses, these things happen. There are always collateral damages. There are always ways organizations will find to push you out or to ease you out. It they happen. So Mohamed Salah, he won't wait. He's not waiting for it to happen before he speaks. He's telling you what he's feeling. Because look, you can't be playing against Leeds United. Drawing 2-2 and Salah is on the bench. As soon as the second goal went in there, 2-2 no.
Straight change.
Quick.
See, even 2-1. Even
quick.
2-1.
Oh, at 2-1, maybe you feel like we can still win. So let's watch the team.
Even
at 2-2, the only thing Liverpool needs is a goal. The only thing Liverpool needs at 2-2 is a goal. At 2-1, the coach can say, I don't want to destabilize the team.
Yeah, but even
let's manage what we have. But at 2-2, coach.
Situ, at 2-1, you send him out to warm up. It changes the mood in the stadium.
I say, as for the Salah issue, look, yes, I agree that you can have your opinion about, maybe you shouldn't have said.
He should have said, look, I listened to Ferdinand. Ferdinand don't cry.
Oh, say real. No.
Look
at the kind of people who are saying.
Criticizing those who are speaking for.
Look, they've been through hell. And that's when Thierry Henry was saying the things he was saying. I don't know what
Henry. He's an example for Barca.
It's not, he be you for Barca. And he's Thierry Henry.
Who are you?
Even as a teenager at Juventus.
He did throw tantrums.
Thank you.
When they were sending him out on loan, when he was sending him out on loan, he asked Juve to send Del Piero out on loan. If they trust Del Piero, they send him out.
Was that no arrogance?
He took his decision and said he won't play for the club again. Even as a teenager, when he had not achieved anything for Juve, he only believed in his ability that me and be better pass loan.
They tell you make club legend go.
Yes. That's why it's hearing the talk that thing, then they funny me. And Paul Mason said something I respect him.
Even Henry again, for us now. How many times where you go all this thing, they sit up, they never bench him. Wenger never go bench him. Never.
Because if end that right. Look.
Paul Mason said what?
Paul Mason said that he understands Mohamed Salah.
Of course.
Because even for him, when he retired as a footballer, he was playing Sunday morning, Sunday league. Even in Sunday league, coach, when they substitute somebody, Sunday league, people are livid that they've been taken off. So I posted something on X today. I like people who think like good human beings and not robots.
Of course.
There's the reality of every matter, and there's the ideal
situation.
The ideal situation is manka sembia krampon ba mayenka.
That is it.
That is ideal. But the reality is we are dealing with human beings.
Things will happen.
Who have emotions, who have blood, who have soul, who have spirits. So what is the reality? The reality is at Salah's level, he is expected to be treated differently from Isaac.
Exactly.
Ekitike, Florenvet. Why? Because when he had the Isaac Florenvet Ekitike opportunity, he straight away made the most of it.
Yes.
When Salah wore that jersey, from 1 minute, the first minute, he proved why Liverpool paid that money for him.
40 goals first season.
He proved why Liverpool bought him from AS Roma. He wasn't waiting for anybody to babysit him. And he didn't do that for 1 season. He's done it for 8 seasons.
Continuous.
Now 9.
9 seasons. So when Salah is saying that, I am hurt that in the only one time that I have not been the same more you know, you are now telling me I should sit on the bench. You are now telling me at 2-2 you can't call on me. Don't come and think like a robot.
At all.
That all of a sudden, Salah won't sit at the same on the bench and be looking at himself and thinking about himself, after everything I've done, this one moment the club couldn't stick with me. Fans couldn't stick with me. When Salah made the example.
All those Liverpool fans who are criticizing Salah.
Oh, that is.
But for Mohamed Salah, you were hiding in your grave for 30 years.
As for fans,
30 years.
As for fans, they are fickle.
30 years.
He, Mohamed Salah, and he made a very good example. Anytime the season started, the English media even created a narrative that Harry Kane doesn't score in September.
Yeah.
Harry Kane doesn't score in August. He only scores in September or October. Why? Harry Kane almost always was having a poor start to the season.
He went 12 games without a goal. Nobody criticized him.
And they made the good thing that it's like a catch-up. Once he comes out, that is what he said. But Mo Salah, after 15 Premier League games, hasn't replicated the numbers we've seen him to be. And look, do you know why Salah is angry? Before Slot dropped Salah, the headline was, when will Slot drop Salah? Like 1 month before Slot dropped Salah, the press kept asking and pushing that, when will he be bold enough to drop Salah? So when will he be bold enough to drop Salah?
We didn't see that thing.
We didn't see this thing. That talks every time. The press was, when will Salah doesn't press. Salah doesn't track back.
And this is a player who has not been pressed.
Meanwhile,
yes, he's always been their outlet on the counter-attack.
The guy, even Salah said that he told Slot that if you want us to win the league, set up this team this way, I'll win the league for you. If last season he said it and he did it, and this season the setup of the team has changed and the team is not performing, isn't it on the manager?
Sure. It is.
That the same setup that Salah as a player said that challenge team say BB. Then another season starts, the setup is different. Are you not thinking that if the manager still sets up the team to favor Salah, they will do better?
He's not broken. Why are you fixing?
Then all of a sudden, Salah is the problem. For me, the reason I say you should go to Saudi is the 2 things. These things, they never stop. When it starts, it never stops.
They'll be on your case.
And don't think that the teams in Spain, the teams in Italy, they are not in the same cabal or in the same rink. If it is what we think it is from the very top.
The media owners are the same.
Don't think the teams in the reason I say you should go to Saudi is Salah in the Gulf is the biggest athlete. Bro, if you enter
you go for Ronaldo.
Bro, me.
Oh, seriously.
Subi, football global star. But in the golf alone, he's not bigger than
He's
Salah.
not bigger than Salah.
Across the world, he's bigger. But in the golf alone,
Within that session.
bro, the fact that he's Muslim, the fact that he's Arabian, and the fact that he is good, everything takes. And I want people to enjoy what they do.
Of course.
If Salah goes there, he'll be treated, he'll be loved. And I think it's on 400K, I realistically don't see any team in Europe willing to match that fee for a 33-year-old. If it was 27, 26, different. But his age, realistically, Madrid won't pay.
Maybe I saw a combo. He should leave, he
It's
should
no Italian club can pay.
They can pay.
Salah won't play for any English club, forget it, because he's played for Liverpool. He won't play for any English club. He's that guy. No German team will pay that money. They can't pay. Unless he says, I want to take a pay cut and go and play for Bayern or go and play for Inter or go and play for... But all of that, you no need. You've taken Champions League. You've won the league twice. There is nothing in Europe that Europeans can teach you more. Nothing.
Well, the Ballon d'Or will never give it to you.
No, forget. There's nothing in Europe that they can teach you more.
Africa, George, we are crying. Up to now, they regret doing that.
Yeah. So for me, if it is what we think it is, and Liverpool are doing Africa, if the opportunity comes, go to where you will be loved.
After all,
And in the golf,
like you're rightly saying, he's won everything.
no, come to me, Salah Bibia. You can't show Salah anything. You can't show. And look, the players who are playing the Saudi League, when they come to their countries, we see them. They are balling.
They are balling.
And you, Salah, if you go by the World Cup time, you'll be fitter.
True.
You'll be fitter.
Fresher.
Fresher. Coach, man, I bench Salah and it's slot.
And here's the thing. Finally, here's the thing.
Wow.
When Liverpool and Liverpool fans maybe finally realize that Slot is not good enough, they would be sacking Slots, but would have lost their greatest player in the history of the Premier League era.
Yes.
For me, it's not Steven Gerrard. Forget it.
No.
Even Gerrard knows it's not.
Gerrard knows that he's not the Liverpool's greatest player in the Premier League era.
He knows.
I don't want to talk about the era I didn't watch. But Premier League now may share Gerrard so sleepy abone die. Mo Salah. I did tell you. See, Mohamed Salah, the reason I know why you don't like Mohamed Salah. What he does doesn't make sense. And your ball. Ball for front. Salah break ball for front. Or touch ball for it assists in the score. So for me, and one last thing, guys, I know we've kept long, but one last thing. The world is becoming a place of weak men who won't work hard to be outstanding, but rather want to bring down the outstanding people to their level so that we all get the same treatment. So they are happy that a stand-up player like Mohamed Salah will be treated like Isaac. That is why most people are saying that he's not a team player. He doesn't press. Everybody's pressing. He doesn't do this. All of those things are nonsense.
He has not been pressing for 8-9 years.
People, have you seen Mohamed Salah's body? He looks more in shape than Isaac Florenvet and Ekitike.
That's why Isaac Ondidi, he checked like me.
Like, Salah works hard. And Klopp said it that when Salah returns... When Salah returns from any prison,
learning a new trick.
And he will do it over and over. That is a dedicated player. Young men and young ladies, or young men, let me twist to my men. We are entering into the era where most of us don't like special people. Ubu Sky and Penasem. Ubi ni bibi ya the way she.
Ubi your confidence.
Ubi your confidence I am.
And the world is now giving you reasons to be lazy.
Be lazy.
It is now fashionable to be lazy.
Because all of us deserve the same treatment.
Soft life.
We will never get the same treatment because we do things differently.
In the eyes of God,
you have to. Yes.
Nyami chiche gift no. It's no be a gift to the man no.
Bro.
So we are not the same.
For me, whatever you are doing, devote yourself, put in the energy, become the best at it. And then you will reap the benefits of being the best at what you do.
Stay unique.
Today, I try small. Every platform to go enter. I get select.
Quick.
You know, go feed the house, then boss say, why are they get select for every platform? You know what me I do before? You know the dedication. This guy, they get select by heart. It bounce from self. Plenty, they bounce plenty. You know what he invests into his body. So let's not sit here and say that those who have worked so hard to deserve certain privileges should be treated like people who are now coming because they are all footballers. They are all teammates. They are not all the same, even though they are all footballers and they are all teammates.
Salah
That mentality.
Over the weekend, he shouldn't come. He should stay home with his family.
That mentality
and
there,
move straight to
I'll
the
never
AFCON.
agree with it. So guys, that is our pod for this one. Yeah, it was long, but it was necessary because in 70 it be some the vex. So guys, thank you very much for listening and watching the pod. Please share, drop the open the notification button, and then of course subscribe to the platform. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Danny K. Thank you, Achu, and of course Fent. His team Chelsea lost. So he ran away. You know what make Coach can do a douala. So he texts me say, "Charlie, I can't sit. If I can't sit, Coach will go sack me because being a coach, don't get that. Fence, we'll see Fence for sure next week. Thank you guys for watching.